the internet or listening on your iPhone, which you can do if you go to the tunein.com, and it's a free app you can put on your iPhone. You can listen on the internet, of course, on WTAD.com. And the fine folks from QuincyJournal.com, Bob Goff and his crew are here, so you can watch the game tomorrow beginning about noon or so. You can catch the game on video and listen to the broadcast that Kyle and I will provide. So if you have relatives who are outside of Quincy and they're keeping track of the Raiders, they have three options that way. So, plenty of options for alumni and relatives around the country to tune in or listen or watch QND football here in the playoffs. One other thing, we had a lot of rain on Wednesday and Thursday in the Quincy area, but the field looks like it's in pretty good shape, and it should be good traction for this ball game. We are underway. Ryan Collard gets the kick underway, and it will come to Jordan Chappell back at his 2-yard line. Chappell will start left, now come up the middle of the field and be tackled inside his own 20 at about the 17-yard line. Good kick coverage by the Kohlers. It'll be 1st and 10 QND inside their own 20-yard line.
And so Chappell on return. He really wanted a piece of that return. He actually caught the line by his own 1-yard line. Kind of had a tippy toe to make sure it didn't go into the end zone. He really wanted a shot at a return. And the Kohlers went for it and good coverage, like you mentioned, and QND will take it 1st and 10.
Coal City comes out in white jerseys with green pants, green numbers, their names on the back of the jerseys, green helmets with the yellow stripe down the middle, QND blue on blue. Blue jerseys, blue pants, white numbers, gold trim, and of course, golden dome. QND comes out in the power, pitch it 2 down, Anders going left, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Brian Shatina, who plays safety, and basically reacted like a spider, Kyle, and just saw Anders get the pitch and went right to him and knocked Anders down for a loss on the play of about 2.
Yeah, nice play by Shatina. He's going to be probably the best defensive back. 30 tackles on the year, 3 interceptions as well. Go with this quarterback play. QND coming out in the 3-back set. Kohler was really loading the box. I mean, there was really 8, 9 guys there in the box, maybe even 10 guys in the box. As Shatina played from a safety position, was lined up about 5 yards deep right along the linebackers.
Raiders come out in the standard. I receiver split to both sides. McKay with the 3-step drop. Wants to get rid of it. Now throws to the outlet pass to Logan Schutte. Bounces off 1 tackle and picks up about the 2 yards Anders lost. And it will be 3rd and long for QND. And it looked like McKay wanted to throw that slant, Kyle. It wasn't there, so we had to wait for Schutte on the drag route and get it out to him there.
Yeah, simple 90 slant play there from QND. Welper on the slant route. The other option, Schutte going to the outside. Must have had a linebacker there in his vision, so Joe McKay wasn't able to fire it off to Welper. Instead, kept it and just tossed it out to Schutte instead.
So 3rd and 10 for QND from just between the 18 and 19-yard lines. Out of the spread, 3 receivers far side. Raiders run the option. Pitch to Anders. And he is forced out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So Coal City, Kyle, comes out and on defense forces a 3 and out as Anders is knocked out of bounds at about the 22-yard line for a gain of 3. It's going to be 4th and 7 for QND.
Yeah, and really none of those 3 plays really show much zip there for QND either. None of them really looked sharp. None of them really had much of a chance. One thing QND did do on that opening drive, did line up in 3 different sets there. A lot of times coaches will try to do that early on just to see how the defense is going to play it, just to see how they're going to scheme against it for the rest of the game.
Zeke Little will punt into the wind. It's a high floater. Gets a good bounce, and it will roll inside the Coal City side of the 50-yard line, be down at about the 46.5-yard line by QND. So it'll be 1st and 10 Kohlers as they force QND to a 3 and out. Raiders had it for about 90 seconds. And now we'll see what Coal City can do on offense here. No score, and we'll keep you up to date on the Illinois game. For you folks that listen to the first half of the Illinois-Penn State game, we'll keep you posted on that score as we move along here. Penn State was leading at the half 14-3. So Brennan Shatina leads the Kohlers out of the huddle, and they come out in the pistol. Tight end set off, and Nick Peters goes in motion towards the far side. Shatina takes the snap and quick pitches it to the outside to DJ Buddy, and Buddy will be knocked out of bounds or tackled near midfield. Let's see where they spot Buddy out of bounds. They're going to give him the 49.5-yard line, so a gain of about 3 for DJ Buddy. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Coal City.
Aside from Shatina, Buddy is the next leading rusher. Until you mentioned the size of the Kohlers before the game. My goodness. Anchored by number 77, Matt Long, 6'5", 285 at his left tackle spot.
Shatina sends Peters in motion towards the near sideline. Inside give to Buddy. He's patient, but then gets popped by Zach Bailey, but is able to fall forward, Kyle, and get to the QND 46 for a gain of about 5. Brings up 3rd and 2, and Coal City will take that all day long.
Yeah, they will. Nice running on the inside there. It looked like Chappell was going to be able to clean it up and bring him right down, but just kind of missed a little bit. but he kept his feet running there and picked up maybe a couple more yards when it looked like for sure he was going down.
So from the QND 46, it's 3rd and 2 for Coal City. Ball in the middle of the field. With the double tight end, actually they split Peters out to the far side. Shatina in the shotgun. Long count. Shatina still waiting for the snap. Takes it, and he'll just take off with it. Started inside, now it's forced outside. He gets around the tackle from Ginnenbacher and works his way back to the line of scrimmage, but will be stuffed at that point. Shatina had to make all kinds of moves and elude about 2 tackles, Kyle, just to get back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 4th, and they're going to mark it 4th and about 1, so they gave Shatina a 1-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, had a shot there for a loss. Credit Jake Valkamp as well for kind of blowing that play up in the backfield and forcing Shatina to go backwards. But some good stiff arm work, some good footwork, gets them back, even to a positive play there.
And they're going to go for it on 4th down, are the Kohlers. Although they have a different formation here. Shatina, the quarterback, he will run it right up the middle of the field and get the first down. He leaves his feet and will get to about the 47-yard line, so he picks up 2, and it's a first down for Coal City as they go for it on 4th and 1 and get it.
Yeah, it was a different formation. They had 2 running backs lined up right behind the guards. It almost looked like they might try a quick kick and just kind of, kick it up, kick it real quick and just get it into the wind. As it was, Shatina keeps it and picks up first down.
So it's 1st and 10 for Coal City, and they will have it at the QND 43-yard line. So we play around with positioning here to make sure our microphones work. 1st and 10, Coal City from the QND 43. Shatina in the shotgun. Fakes the pitch. Still has it. Looking, fires over the middle. Wide open is Nick Peters. He has it inside the 20 and takes it down to the QND 8-yard line. 6'7" target, Nick Peters. Shatina just waited, and it's hard to miss Nick Peters running in the middle of the field, Kyle, on a seam route.
Yeah, good pass protection there from Coal City. They faked a pitch to the right-hand side. We've seen that a couple times already. Shatina able to sit back comfortably in the pocket. They had 3 receivers back on that right-hand side, and Peters opened up late on a post route, and no problem putting on that big target.
So first pass play of the day for Coal City, nets them 35 yards. It's 1st and goal, Coal City at the QND 8. Out of the spread, Shatina will keep it. Try and go to the left side. He's battled up, but he outruns 2 defenders, gets to the corner, gets to the 5, and is pushed out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. And they're going to mark Shatina out at the 2 for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal, Coal City at the QND 2-yard line. And Kyle, looks like the Raiders are in position to make plays. Yeah. They just can't finish the play off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Shatina's a little bit quicker than they thought, or if he's a little bit shifter than they thought, exactly what it is. But you saw on that 3rd down play, it looked like they're going to bring him down for a loss. And here again, on this 1st down play, it looked like they might be able to take him down for a no gain. But as it is, Shatina turns the corner, gets down to the 2.
So 1st and goal, Coal City from the QND 2-yard line. Shatina takes a snap, immediately goes left, and is tackled short of the goal line. So a gain of 1 will bring up 3rd and goal from the QND 1-yard line.
Keeping Shatina in the shotgun, as you noted, it's kind of an interesting, power run game out of the shotgun type of game. It's Tim Tebow-esque here, kind of. When he had a lot of success with the Florida Gators out of kind of the same philosophy.
Now 3 substitutions come in for Coal City. It looks like they're going to go to a more backfield-laden formation here, Kyle. They split Lane Coward to the far side, and they are going with the same formation, a power formation they used on the 4th and 1. Shatina takes the snap, wants to go up the middle. He jumps, and they're going to give him the touchdown. And that's basically, Kyle, put as many people in the middle of the formation as you can, give it to Shatina, snap to Shatina, and have him leave his feet and just cross the plane with the ball.
Yeah, neither on that 4th down play or really on the goal line here. It's not like he got a ton of air. But 2 successful plays, leaving his feet, and Kohler's got just the start they wanted, and they're on the board with just under 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
6-0, Coal City leads. Lane Coward will attempt the extra point. Coal City forces the 3 and out on defense, and then goes about 54 yards for a touchdown on the first drive of the game. So Coal City leading 6-0. Coward will attempt the extra point. Snap back ball down. The kick is up, and it's good. 7-0. Coal City leads QND. Back in 30 seconds here on WTAD.
play matters. Every series is an important one here in playoff football. You know, a bad series can cost you your season. So Raiders got to get going. Certainly, this is a dynamic, you know, a real talented, tough team here, and got to get the ball moving here on the second possession.
And here's the kick by Coward that goes 3 yards deep in the end zone, and Chapel wanted to run it out, but it's the automatic touchback. So Coward with the wind at his back, pounding a couple of kickoffs. The Raiders started inside their own 20 on their first possession. We'll start at the 20 here, trailing 7-0. And the Raiders haven't trailed in many ball games this year, so they have to respond to that factor as well.
No, you're right. It's been a long time. You know, we'll see what QND does here. I was a little surprised they didn't come out in the spread on that first series and stay with it. They are going against the wind this quarter, and I don't know if that's part of it as well. I mean, it is kind of a fairly stiff breeze, so we'll see if that plays into play calling too.
Raiders come out in the spread here, 2-by-2 the receivers. McKay takes the snap, immediately fires the slant. It's knocked down and almost intercepted by Casey Kaiser. He just read McKay's eyes, and when McKay fired that pass, Kaiser jumped up and knocked it down, almost had an interception. He thinks he should have had an interception, and Kyle, if he pulls that down, it's 13-0 in a blink. Yeah,
he could have got to that sideline there pretty easily. Nice play there by Kaiser, the senior captain linebacker, and only returning starter this year on the defense. So he's done a nice job kind of anchoring this defense and getting his colleagues up to speed.
3-by-1 out of the spread. They give it up the middle to Anders. He lowers his shoulder and gets 3 or 4. Looks like they're going to give Dalen Anders, well, he started at the 24-yard line, did the far side linesman. Now he's at the 23. We'll give Anders a gain of 3, and it's 3rd and 7, Kyle. And that's the big difference in the drives. QND on both drives has had 3rd and long. Coal City kept having 3rd and shorts. 3rd and 7 from the Raider 23. In the spread, 2-by-2 the receivers. Anders sidecar right. McKay takes the snap. Looking, fires to the outside. It's complete to Chappell, and he'll have the first down, I believe.
Be right on it.
Boy, the way that linesman ran up to mark the ball, I thought they were going to mark Chappell just short of the 30, but they put him right on the 30, which is a 1st and 10 for QND. 7-yard completion from McKay to Chappell. Nice
job there by Chappell, knowing where the sticks are and diving up for that first down. Kind of looked like he tried a stick route where he jammed inside, then came back to the outside. So nice pass and catch, and Chappell with the big first down. Let's see if the Raiders can get some momentum going here.
Raiders out of the I formation with the receivers split to both sides. Ball on the far hash, 1st and 10 from their own 30. McKay with a longer count gives it to Anders. He almost broke a tackle and would have had lots of room, but a good tackle on the play by Sal Velasco, wrapping up Anders for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 for QND.
Coal City really just stacking that box against this I formation. I don't know if typically when teams have done this to QND, they've gone to those skinny post routes or some seam patterns and that kind of thing. They haven't done so yet today.
2nd and 5 QND from their own 35, trailing 7-0 to Coal City. McKay takes the snap, fires over the middle, over the head of Schutte, incomplete. Had him on the pop pass, Kyle just overshot him. DJ Buddy had a little love tap for Schutte after the pass fell incomplete. But the play was there, it's just a poor execution, and it's 3rd and 5 for QND.
Yeah, I'm not sure if McKay thought he needed to hurry that a little bit, if he thought someone was clambering down on him or not. He got rid of it probably a little bit faster than he wanted to, but I think he probably had more time than he knew. I mean, he almost kind of threw it like he thought someone was bearing down on him.
So 3rd and 5 for QND from their own 35 with Coal City leading 7-0. Raiders in the spread, 3 receivers near side, single receiver far side. McKay takes the snap. Looking to the outside, fires, and it's caught by Barry Welper for the first down. Had to hesitate because he had to go down on the ground to try and corral the pass, and he does. A 7-yard pickup for QND, and that keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10 from their own 42 for the Raiders.
Well, I tell you, Joe McKay didn't have his best pass there on second down. That 3rd down pass was big time. That was over a linebacker. I mean, that linebacker was in right between him and Welper. I mean, and had to float it over the linebacker, over the defender, and then down to Welper right along the sideline. So big 3rd down. Second big 3rd down pickup in a row.
1st and 10 QND from their own 42. Pitch it wide to Anders going left. Anders waiting for blocks, and he's corralled at about the 45-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for QND.
QND continuing just formation after formation. Really bumping around, which they do time to time. I mean, it's almost like you don't see the same one twice in a row.
Right.
So yeah, that's because they haven't found anything they want yet, or they're trying to give as many looks as they can, and then pick out one throughout the game as their favorite.
5:40 left to go, first quarter. Coal City leads 7-0. Raiders come out in the I, 2 receivers near side. Ball on the far hash. McKay takes the snap. He's going to throw. Looking. Fires, and it's dropped by Jordan Chappell. Incomplete. As McKay had a tough throwing window there, Kyle. Kaiser from his linebacker position dropped back into coverage. McKay, as you mentioned earlier, had to throw over the linebacker and try and get it to the wide receiver, and that time he was a little bit short with the throw.
Yeah, nice effort there by Chappell. Just down around his knees, around his shins, and couldn't bring it in. So, Coal City doing a nice job feeling out where these receivers are and getting underneath the pattern. Certainly makes it a much tougher pass and makes it a lot harder catch, too.
Out of the spread on 3rd and 7 from their own 45. McKay takes the snap. Looking, fires to the outside, has the receiver open, and it's a first down into Coal City territory. Making the catch over on the far sideline is Brady Ginnembacher. He takes it to the Coal City 44, and that's a pickup of 11 yards and the third straight third down conversion for QND.
It keeps the rhythm going there on 3rd down. Good job there by Ginnembacher. That time they tried some deeper routes, had 2 deep patterns there on the inside going up the seam, and Ginnembacher kind of settled in there around the 10-yard spot on a kind of a hitch route. So good patience there from McKay, and puts it again on the money on 3rd down.
Out of the power eye here. Looked like a Raider lineman moved. They don't throw the flag, and now they finally do the flag.
What are we waiting for?
Well, what was interesting? The linesman, I think, was going to let it go until one of the Coal City defenders pointed and said,
right.
"He moved." So, ball start on QND makes it 1st and 15. And Kyle, just when the Raiders were keeping drives alive with all these third down conversions, and now they're backed up 5 yards to the Coal City 49 and have a 1st and 15.
A couple of the Raiders are talking to the ref. I don't know if they were trying to explain, hey, I never got set. I was still getting set, but doesn't matter at this point.
Raiders come out, power eye, single receiver near side, LB Cornwell. On 1st and 15, quick count, give it to Anders. He hesitates, now bursts up the middle of the field. He's got the first down and more, and he's brought down by Shatina at about the Coal City 27 for a pickup of 22, and I think it's Brennan Shatina is actually that quick, Kyle, because Anders looked like he was going to break into the clear, and Shatina got him around the shins. Yeah,
nice job there by Anders finding that hole, getting upfield real quick, and Shatina, probably the 2 fastest guys on the field. Shatina closed in on him real quick before Anders could bounce back out to the sideline, and nice run there from QND, showing some rhythm now, and good touchdown-saving tackle by Coal City's best player, Brennan Shatina.
1st and 10 QND from the Coal City 26. Out of the power, I give it to Ginnembacher. He sidesteps one man, lunges. Ball came out at the end, and they're going to say Coal City football. It looked like Ginnembacher was down, but maybe he was on top of a Coal City player, and then when he twisted forward, he lost the ball, and Coal City recovers at their own 22-yard line. So the Raiders had a very nice drive working, Kyle, and then turn it over.
Yeah, an 11-play drive, and right after Anders got it going, Raiders turn it over. Coal City will take over in the 22-yard line. And QND, you're right, it was a sharp-looking drive, some third down pickups, and Raiders do get field position out of it, but nothing else.
4:29 left to go first quarter. Coal City leads 7-0. Shatina out of the spread. Inside give to Buddy. Buddy just lowers his shoulder, keeps going. Raiders get the ball loose, and it looks like QND's got it back. At least they're pointing that they do, and all right. We hesitated because there were still three kids down on the field. And now the Raiders are getting a sideline warning.
No, it's fine. Credit Luke Frieden with taking on a blocker and forcing that fumble. Barry Welper pulling guys off the pile, making the refs a little bit upset. I got no problem with it. He was pulling some Kohlers off the pile that were trying to tear the ball away from Logan Schutte. So what a play there from Luke Frieden. It looked like Buddy was going to be able to turn it upfield and get about 10 yards. Frieden kind of backpedaling as a blocker was into him, and reached around him, knocked that ball out. So Luke Frieden getting the ball back for QND.
Nick Peters has to leave with a helmet problem, and Coal City gets a linebacker, or a defensive end, I should say, into the game as quickly as possible. Now the Raiders come out after the exchange of fumbles. They have it at the Coal City 29, 1st and 10. McKay takes a look out of the I formation, and he still has it on the bootleg, and he pitches it out to Ginnembacher, who's got room to run. He's got the first down and more, cuts it to the outside, still on his feet, and is knocked out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Pickup of 23 yards. 1st and goal, QND.
24 counter boot.
They gave him the 4-yard line,
yeah.
Kyle. So
Yeah.
a gain of 25 on the play makes it 1st and goal, Raiders.
24 counter boot play. Joe McKay fakes it to Anders on the counter. Rolls out to his left and found Ginnenbacher in the flat wide open. Good job by Ginnenbacher getting to the sideline, turning upfield, and the Raiders back in business. What a last 3 plays have changed the face of the game each time.
Out of the power I, 1st and goal QND from the Kohler 4-yard line. Bailey split to the near side, and a flag flies from the back judge. And the Raiders immediately start walking backwards. False start on QND. It's their 2nd false start of this 1st quarter. We have 4:11 left to go in the 1st quarter. Coal City leads 7-0. The Raiders have it 1st and goal now at the 9-yard line.
Well, QND here, the 2nd penalty. Making it almost go the full distance here inside that 10-yard line. Almost like a true, almost have a full 9 yards, 10 yards to go almost.
Raiders come out, power I. Single receiver near side, Barry Welper.
No one on them.
And McKay backed out to look at Welper, and as soon as he did that, somebody went out to cover Welper on the outside. Give it to Anders, looking for running room. Tries to bounce it to the outside, and he loses a yard. So Anders, trying to be patient as he was on his 23-yard run, his previous carry. That time, tried to bounce it to the outside and find a lane to run in, but Coal City just closed it down and tackled him for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, not much to choose from there at all for Dalen Anders. And play went from Coal City lining up incorrectly to maybe giving up a touchdown to tackling Anders for a 1-yard loss.
So 2nd and goal for the Raiders, and the ball is actually outside the 10-yard line. Raiders come out in the spread, 2-by-2 the receivers. Anders sidecar left. McKay directing traffic. They bring Welper in motion towards the far side, and timeout called by QND. 3:24 left to go in this 1st quarter. Coal City leading by the score of 7-0, and the Raiders have 2nd and goal just outside their own 10-yard line. First timeout of the ballgame.
I think the Raiders almost got to delay a game there. I think that was a delay a game saving timeout there. I don't think that was by choice. It was out of time.
You know, with the 2 road games to end the year, I've gotten out of the habit of looking for the play clock.
That's true.
So I wasn't aware of that situation. But when the Raiders broke the huddle, it looked like Barry Welper had an idea on how to line up to give himself more space, and Joe McKay was going, no, you got to be there, you got to be there. So, and it really didn't matter because Welper was going in motion. So the Raiders trying to take advantage of recovering a Coal City fumble after Brady Ginnenbacher fumbled. When the Raiders had a good drive going, Coal City recovered at their own 22-yard line. Then on the next play, DJ Buddy fumbled, and the Raiders recovered at the Coal City 29. So the Raiders trying to take advantage of that. They had a 25-yard pass play to Brady Ginnenbacher to set up shop inside the 5-yard line, but a false start penalty, and then a 1-yard loss on a run by Dalen Anders brings up 2nd and goal from the Coal City 10-yard line. And it'll be interesting to see, Kyle, if the Raiders do get stalled here on the next 2 plays, whether they try and kick a field goal or go 4 down territory.
Well, I think if they're out here by the 9-yard line, I think they'll probably kick it. But if they can get to, here's a new look here for QND at Ginnenbacher quarterback.
And they go at the Wildcat. Ginnenbacher bounces off a tackle and lunges forward to about the 6-yard line. I think they've run that once this season, Kyle, with Brady Ginnenbacher taking the direct snap. And Ginnenbacher picked up about 4 to the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal for QND from the 6.
I think they did unveil the that formation against Elias, if I remember correctly, and so have not seen it for some time.
So it will be 3rd and goal for QND from the 6-yard line. Out of the power I, Brady Ginnenbacher goes in motion towards the far side. McKay takes, fakes, still has it. Looking for Ginnenbacher, lobs it up.
Nice
Caught
pass
by Ginnenbacher for the touchdown.
What a pass from Joe McKay. Brady Ginnenbacher goes in motion. They fake the run to the inside. And just what perfect touch. It was good coverage on the play by Kaiser. Kaiser picked up Ginnenbacher and had coverage just like you'd want. But Joe McKay was able to flip it over his head, and this one might be coming back on a penalty, though.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And I think they're going to get Ginnenbacher for turning his shoulders upfield a little bit early.
Wow. I did not see that flag laying anywhere.
Yeah, legal procedure.
Boy, Breaks going Coal City's way here in the first quarter, Kyle Memberla.
Yeah, that was a big one. QND kind of doing to themselves there a little bit.
So now it's 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. McKay has it. Fires near side. Hits the receiver Welper, and he's brought down immediately by DJ Buddy. No, that's 98 Brad Littleton with the tackle. Mark Welper down at the 9, and he's kind of gimpy. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and QND's going to try the field goal. So you take the 6 points off the board, and hopefully the Raiders will get 3 here with Zach Bailey going to attempt a field goal into the wind.
And it won't be an easy one. This is a strong crowd. I mean, it's a strong breeze.
Out of the hold of Jordan Chappell. The kick is up, and I don't think it's good.
No good.
It's no good. He tried to curl it inside the far upright and missed it. So the Raiders have a touchdown taken off the board by a penalty, then miss a field goal, and Coal City's got to think to themselves, Kyle, it's our day. With Coal City leading 7-0, 2:04 left to go first quarter.
Yeah, that was, Luke Frieden got the ball back for QND on a short field. And, again, QND gets the ball in the end zone on that drive. But, legal procedure was the call. It looked like the Raiders were a little too anxious on that one. So Raiders kind of doing it themselves here a little bit in this first quarter.
7-0, Coal City leads, 2:04 left to go, first quarter. So Shatina in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers far side, single receiver near side. Now Peters comes in motion, and they pitch it immediately to Buddy to the far side. Makes one man miss, and then gets drilled at about the 22-23 yard line. I didn't see who hit him, Kyle.
I think Obert got him. It's hard to see.
Yeah, it was Jordan Obert. And Ginnebacher there to clean up. 3-yard gain for Buddy. Brings up 2nd and 7. For Coal City. Again, the Coalers leading QND 7-0 here as we wind down the first quarter. Raiders had a touchdown taken off the board, and Barry Welper's here on the near sideline talking to the trainer for QND. Peters comes in motion again towards the near sideline. And they fake the pitch near sideline. Now looking for Peters over the middle. The fire is picked off by Luke Frieden, who had great coverage, and then Peters took it away from Frieden. What are you going to call? They're going to say first down. Peters took it away from Frieden as they were going to the ground. So what was an interception by Frieden now turns into a reception for Peters, a pickup of 11 and a first down for QND.
And I don't even think that's a catch. I mean, I think that's an interception and a fumble. I mean, Frieden had that and started going the other way with it. I don't mean to make your score, try to keep your stats, make it harder on you. Obviously,
it's a close call. You're right. But because there was never really a change in possession, I'm going to say that's a completion of 11 yards. So 1st and 10, Coal City at their own 34. Inside give to Corey Jerzak. He fumbled, but the ground caused the fumble, so they blow it dead.
And Luke Frieden again causing trouble for the Coalers. He's the one that put a helmet on Buddy, so Luke Frieden all over the place. A nice play there by Nick Peters to take the ball away from Frieden on that last one, but Luke Frieden is making some plays here this first quarter.
So it's the whole Coal City team, for that matter, Kyle. 7-0, and Peters turned a potential, oh goodness, we're in trouble moment for Coal City into, hey, great play and a first down and keep the drive alive.
Right.
Might be the last play of the first quarter. It's 2nd and 8 for Coal City from their own 37-yard line, leading 7-0. Empty backfield. Shatina takes a snap under pressure, and he bounces off one tackle, takes it around the corner, has the first down and more. There's a flag down on the play as Shatina is tackled at the Raider 40 for a huge pickup, but I'm going to imagine it's holding, and it is. Holding on Coal City as Shatina had a run of 23 yards, but it's coming back because of the holding penalty. First penalty of the game on Coal City.
That one kind of big time, too. That was, Shatina turns a 5-yard loss into about 20-yard gain.
Which is the 3rd time in this game. Shatina looks like he's been dead to rights, but QND just couldn't finish the play off, and Shatina made something positive out of it. So with 7 seconds left in the first quarter, they started to walk off that penalty behind the line of scrimmage. It was a pass play, so that makes sense. It's a spot foul. So Coal City will now have 2nd and about 21. They will snap the ball at the 23-yard line, and they need to get to the 44, talking about Coal City. They wind the clock, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Coal City leads QND after 12 minutes, 7-0. Back in 1 minute here on WTAD.
situation as Welper's still trying to get loosened up here on the sideline. Looked like his hip is bothering him. You wonder if they'll pick at his replacement. They see one of the better players, one of the best players on defense, one of the more athletic players for QND on defense, Barry Welper, out of the game. If they'll try to pick on his replacement. Welper pretty frustrated. Doesn't seem like he can quite get going.
On the first play of the second quarter, Cole City comes out in the spread. Empty backfield, as a matter of fact, and they just pitch it to the far side. And running with the ball is the receiver, and it's a gain out to the 29 for a gain of 6 or 7. And we'll try and pick up the number here. That was
98 over there.
Brad Littleton with the catch. And I don't think Littleton had many catches. He may have had one coming into this game, Kyle, but he gets a catch here in the first play of the second quarter of the playoff game.
Yeah, kind of setting up a few blockers for him. Just a real quick pass out the left-hand side. Followed his blockers for a short gain. Looks like he had 2 catches coming in today's ball game. 3rd
and 15 for Cole City. Ball just inside their own 30. Shatina takes, fakes, under pressure. Trying to bounce it to the outside. Keeps the play alive. Looking, fires.
Intercept that.
And it's intercepted by Jordan Chappell on the deflection. Trying to hit Nick Peters, the 6'7" tight end, Kyle, and there was double coverage. Somebody tipped it, and the ball was hanging in the air, and Chappell caught it moving towards the Cole City goal line, and only an ankle tackle denied him a longer return. As it is, QND will set up shop at the Cole City 34, 1st and 10.
Yeah, certainly Shatina taking his time. He's rolling right. A couple rushers for QND closing in. Plenty of time to just throw the ball away, which I thought was what he was eventually going to do. Leaves it high up in the air for Peters, which is usually safe, the big 6'7" target. I thought, off the tip there, I was hoping Chappell could just evade one tackler there. He could have got to the sideline. He caught it right in stride, but tripped up right after he caught it and set the Raiders up in good field position.
From the Cole City 34, the Raiders out of the spread. McKay fires, and he hits the receiver, Zach Bailey. Bailey popped right away, and he'll be knocked down after a gain of about 8 to the 25-yard line. And a good job by Bailey, not only to hang on to the ball after the hit, Kyle, but as he was struggling to try and get out of the tackle and advance the ball, he got hit again.
Yeah.
But he still held on to the ball, and they're going to give him a gain of 9 on the catch by Zach Bailey.
Yeah, nice hit by Brad Littleton again. The big 6'1" sophomore who I mentioned just made the catch earlier. That time just really stuck Bailey. It looked like Bailey was going to be able to fall forward for a first down, and once he made contact with Littleton, it was no more yards.
On the spread, 3-by-1 to receivers, 3 of the near side. McKay takes the snap, looking, fires over the middle, and hits Chappell in stride, and he's inside the 5-yard line for 1st and goal, QND. Chappell beating Jerzak, and takes it inside the 5, put it at the 4. That's a gain of 21. 1st and goal Raiders, their second goal-to-go situation of the game.
Well, they've been leaving the open quite a bit there on defense, the Kohlers have. Raiders hadn't gone to it much. That time they go on a skinny post, and a nice catch by Chappell.
So 1st and goal Raiders from the Cole City 4-yard line. The Raiders had this once in the first quarter, but then had a 5-yard penalty, immediately make it 1st and goal from the 9. Out of power I, McKay gives it to Parker Kinsel. He's driven back by Shatina. Shatina hit Parker Kinsel, lifted him up, and drove him to the ground. They give Kinsel a gain of 2, maybe 3. We'll give Kinsel 3, and it will be 2nd and goal from the Cole City 1-yard line with the Kohlers leading 7-0. We're about 2.5 minutes into the second quarter here.
QND tried that time an unbalanced line, brought over an extra tight end, put him on the right-hand side. Looks like they're going to try it again here on the 2nd down play.
Out of the power I. McKay turns, pitches it to Anders, and he scores.
Good lead block there by Brady Gittenbacher, opening things open for Anders. So Raiders make good on the goal-to-go situation on the pitch left. And after the interception by Chappell, Raiders are going to try to tie this one up.
9:29 left to go, second quarter. Dalen Anders scores. And the Raiders an extra point away from tying this first-round playoff game up. Ben Nord will attempt the extra point out of the hole of Jordan Chappell. Snapback ball down, and kick is up and blocked. Snap was was in the air quite a while, and nobody blocked the outside defender on the far side, Kyle, and he just came in and blocked that extra point. Nord comes up, Gimpy, after the kick attempt, as the far side attacker, if you will, blocked the extra point, and his momentum took him right into Nord, who's pretty much defenseless at that point as he's trying to kick the ball. So Cole City hangs on to the lead, 7-6 here, with 9:29 left to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds here on WTAD. Pretty good wind out of the northwest at his back here, so we'll see if he can duplicate what Lane Coward has done for Cole City on his 2 kick attempts with the wind at his back, and that's pounded deep. Little gets the kick away, and he hits it well, and it's fumbled down inside the 5. And, did Brad Littleton get lucky there, Kyle? As it went off his hands, it rolled and just crawled over the goal line into the end zone, and it's a muff. So it's a touchback for Cole City. And
yeah, I mean, if that can be a touchback, I mean, you could just bat the ball in the end zone.
That's a good point.
I mean, right? I mean, if you didn't, for whatever reason, and if you were stuck with it at the 2, you could just knock it backwards.
Actually, that was Lazaric, number 99, not Littleton, 98. And he was so casual about it, he must have known that rule.
Yeah, he must have known the rule. I didn't know the rule, so that's off to Littleton. Or you said it wasn't Littleton.
Lazaric, yeah, 99, not 98. First and 10, Cole City, and they immediately pitch it wide to DJ Buddy. Buddy turns the corner, and he's going to pick up about 5, maybe 6. Buddy took the pile for a pretty good ride. It looks like they're going to give him 5 yards in the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Cole City, leading 7-6 here. 3 minutes, I should say, into this second quarter.
Yeah, Buddy does a real nice job. Cole City, the whole team does a real nice job on those pitch plays. I mean, that ball gets outside fast. I mean, he gets it and gets outside and tries to, they try to get leverage on the outside, and he gets to that corner real quick.
Out of the spread, 2x2 the receivers. Sidecar left is Buddy. Brennan Shatina gives it to Buddy, and he's hit by Volkamp and stopped. Helped down low by a Raider defensive lineman as well. I think it might have been Matt Horvath, and it was. Horvath did a good job at the point of attack, and then the Raiders came over the top to finish off Buddy for a gain of about 1. So it'll be 3rd and about 4 for Cole City.
Yeah, nice job there by Volkamp. Horvath, like you mentioned, with the help, I think Horvath was even double-teamed on the play and still able to get to Buddy.
Out of the spread, Peters comes in motion from far to near side. They pitch it wide to Buddy. That's Jerzak, and he'll get the first down and more as he's pushed out of bounds at about the 33, 34-yard line. They brought Peters in motion, and it's kind of a wham block for the 6'7" tight end, Kyle. He comes from outside to inside, and then they just kind of pitch it to the running back and have him hit that seal.
Yeah, nice job. Just kind of had the Raiders outnumbered there on the left-hand side. They sent the man in motion to help cut off one of the linebackers, and another nice play on the ground from the Kohlers.
They give him a gain of 9 to the 35. It's 1st and 10, Cole City from their own 35. Shatina throws a lateral out here to Nick Peters, the 6'7" tight end. Hesitates, and Ginnebacher brings him down after a gain of about 2.
Peters tried to get that stiff arm out there, and with those long arms, I thought he was going to have a good shot at just knocking Ginnebacher to the ground, but Ginnebacher kept the legs moving and being able to bring down Peters right away.
2nd and 8 after the gain of 2 to the Cole City 37. Kohlers leading QND 7-6. Shatina has it. Has the Kohlers out of the huddle. They go 3 wide to the far side, single receiver near side, out of the pistol. Shatina gives it inside. Jerzak with it. He's pounded right at the 40. He reaches out with the ball, but they're just going to give him the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for Cole City from their own 40-yard line.
All right, here's another chance here for QND.
Yep.
You'd certainly want, hopefully even have 2 more chances with this wind at your back here in the second quarter before you go into halftime. and to have that, to have 2 possessions here, you're probably going to need this third down stop.
3rd and 5 for Coal City. They go 2-by-2 with the receivers, ball on the near hash. And the running back moved forward,
yeah.
and they throw the flag on him. Jerzak lurched forward, tried to come to a stop. And Kyle, I would say you can almost say the running back can come to a stop and not have it be illegal motion, but the referee didn't see it that way.
Well, sometimes I think that rule is funny there too. If it's almost as if he had just continued to go in motion, it wouldn't have called the flag. You see guys go in motion all the time, so.
On the one hand, if he goes in motion, it's no penalty. On the other hand, if he goes in motion and they continue to play, it looked like he was going to pass block, so it leaves your quarterback exposed. Empty backfield, 3-by-2 the receivers on what is now 3rd and 10. Shatina takes the snap, looking far side, fires. The pass is complete to Chapman. He's hit immediately and then dropped as good coverage by Jordan Obert. And then Brady Ginnebacher, as Obert was holding him up, finished off the receiver on the far side, Chapman. It's a gain of 7, but they needed 10, did Coal City. It's 4th and 3.
Yeah, credit Jordan Obert there with some nice coverage. He's filling in for Welper as Welper's trying to get that hip loosened up. Good coverage there. It looked like there was going to be a chance to pick up that first down because he was able to get his shoulders square, but Obert with the nice tackle after the catch, and Kohlers bring on the punt unit.
The officials stopped the clock, and I'm not sure why. The referee stopped it and pointed, and now he'll wind it again. Brad Littleton will punt it away for Coal City. Snap is beautiful, and the kick is nice, high, and deep. Chapel takes it to his own 20, trying to outrun the coverage here to the near sideline, and he'll be knocked down at about the 23-yard line. What a punt into the wind by Coal City.
Comes in with a 38 yards per punt, and man, you can see why that was a nice punt against that wind. And
38-yard punt into the wind.
Yeah,
the snap was a bullet. That was pretty. Coal City leading 7-6. Raiders have it at their own 22 is where they spot it. 1st and 10. QND trailing 7-6 here on this Saturday afternoon. Windy. As the morning moved along and turned to the afternoon, the clouds came in. The sun is peering through one of the clouds now, but it's a mostly cloudy situation here in Quincy. On the I formation, receivers split to both sides. The Raiders fake, give it to Anders. Anders had a little bit of running room, but is tackled from behind after a 4-yard gain. And just as Anders is going to get his feet underneath him, Kyle, and really accelerate, he got clipped around the ankles from behind and only picks up 4.
Yeah, that time they tried to counter to the left-hand side there, and one of the Kohlers was able to grab one of Anders' ankle as he broke through the line there. It looked like there was more there, as you mentioned, but nice ankle tackle.
That's one thing Coal City has done well here, Kyle, through a quarter and a half is tackle. There's not a whole lot of broken tackles by QND. Out of the offset, I receivers split to both sides. 2nd and 6 QND. Bring Daly in motion from far to near side. And they fake it twice looking for Chappell. They pitch it out to Jordan Chappell, who can't make the catch as McKay tried to lead him too much. Play was there, Kyle, and it just was overthrown a little bit.
Yeah, it was. They tried the fake reverse. Had Chappell, pretty decent coverage there from the Kohlers. Kind of went quick. I mean, usually that play takes a little longer to develop, and you give your receiver a little bit more time to break down the field. But that time, just a tad overthrown. Chappell tried lunging forward, tried to make a diving catch, but couldn't quite reel it in.
And the bad part about that play missing, Kyle, is you kind of put yourself behind the chains here. 3rd and 6. Raiders converted 3 third and pretty good. 3 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7s. Here's a double sidecar look. McKay in the spread takes the snap. Looking, they set up the screen to Anders. Anders makes the catch, and he will get the first down with a burst of speed. Boy, when he caught that pass, Kyle, I didn't think there was any way Anders was going to get to the sticks, but he does, outrunning a couple of linebackers, taking it across the 35 to the 37 for a gain of 11. 1st and 10 QND and another big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, and a nice wrinkle there for QND offensively. You talk about the 2 running backs. They did a crossbuck there after the play, set up a screen on either side, and Joe McKay could have thrown the screen to left to Ginnebacher. He chose to go right to Anders, and a good decision as Anders zips up there and picks up a first down.
And again, the double sidecar look out of the spread, inside give to Anders, and he's stuffed. Just as Anders was going to try and bounce it one way or the other, there were 3 Kohlers there that said, pick your poison, son. We're going to drive you backwards regardless, and that's what happened. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for QND.
Chapel ready to go back in here. Brings the play into Joe McKay. Still plenty of time here for QND in the first half. Certainly no need for a 2-minute drill or anything like that yet. Still 4 minutes to go in the first half. And I wonder if they'll go back to the passing game here with Chapel back in.
Raiders go spread, 3-by-1 to receivers. 3 receivers to the near side. And McKay will take the snap and roll near side. Looking, throws it off his back foot, looking for Chapel in the lob, and he makes the catch. Makes the catch. No, they're going to say incomplete at the end. He thought he had it, but great coverage. And Chapel tried to go over the top of the defender and kind of hold it against the defender and still come to the ground in possession, but he was unable to do so. So now it's 3rd and 10 for QND from their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage there by the Coolers. I'm not sure. Did the defensive back turn around? Was one? I'm not sure he ever did, but nice effort there by Chapel to go up and get it. You know, again, Joe McKay showing a lot of faith in his receivers. I mean, really just putting that one up in the air and saying, Chapel, if you want it, go get it. And Jordan Chapel almost came down with it.
So now 3rd and 10 for QND from their own 37, trailing 7-6. Out of the spread, McKay takes the snap, looking left. Now fires over the middle and incomplete. A receiver got knocked down on the play. Shatina and Cornwell came together. Cornwell goes up and slaps Shatina on the hand. So the Raiders, after getting a big 3rd down conversion, now will be forced to punt it away. Zeke Little will punt it away with the wind at his back. 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, with Coal City leading 7-6.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a big punt here from Zeke Little. Really want to get under this one, see if that wind can pick it up and help you out a lot.
So the Raiders, Zeke Little, will punt it away. Coal City comes after it a bit. Little gets a pretty nice kick away. It's away from the return man. Now bounces right to him at the 25. With it is Littleton. Sidesteps one man and then gets tackled after about a 3-4 yard return. Schutte thought he had the return man Little lined up and just missed him. So Coal City will take over at their own 33-yard line, leading 7-6, 3:19 left to go first half.
Yeah, Littleton kind of in the right spot at the right time there. If he hadn't been able to catch it off the bounce, that might have bounced for another 15 yards. Yeah. That really took a great Raider bounce, but Littleton had backed behind it and it bounced up right to his chest.
About a 36-yard punt for Zeke Little. So here's Coal City leading 7-6. Have it at their own 33. Shatina out of the spread, gives it to the running back, bounces off the point of a peck, and then a nice tackle by Parker Kinsel for a gain of about 3, as it's DJ Buddy with the carry.
Nice tackle by Kinsel there in space. Buddy going to his left and then bounced it back to the right. Really had a lot, just had one guy in front of him, a lot of green space to work with, and Parker Kinsel was able to bring him down right away.
2nd and 7 for Coal City from their own 36-yard line. Leading 7-6. Shatina sends Peters in motion towards the far sideline. Shatina will pitch it wide to Buddy. Buddy hoping for a block from Peters, turns the corner, he's got the first down, and he'll be tackled at about the 43-yard line. Well, I tell you what, when they send Peters in motion, if I'm the QND defensive coaches, I say the ball's going that direction right behind him.
Yeah, that time Zach Bailey doing a nice job from his corner spot, playing some physical play out there, then just kind of cut in just a little bit, and then the Coolers were able to get outside around him. So lost leverage there by just a step, and it probably cost QND a first down.
1st and 10, Coal City from just inside their own 45-yard line. Coal City gets their players set. Now Peters goes in motion. They fake, and Shatina's looking over the middle for Peters. Fires, and it's tipped by Ginnebacher and knocked away incomplete.
Nice coverage there by Ginnebacher underneath. Chapel from a safety spot over the top. And just able to get the big paw up there and knock it down. They were trying to get the ball to Steve Purdy, I believe, the 6'2", 185-pound senior captain.
Two-way player who came up, got up off the ground, looked at the linesman and said, "He's holding me."
Yeah. Which I didn't see it, but
if it was the inside shoulder.
Yeah, so I guess.
We were blocked out by the players. So 2nd and 10 for Coal City with 2:17 left to go second quarter. 2nd and 10 from their own 45. Coal City leading 7-6. Give inside to Buddy. Hitting the backfield, bounces off it, and gets about 2 or 3. Again, Jimmy Case this time hit Buddy in the backfield, and The running back for Cole City was able to bounce off the hit and pick up positive yardage. It's about the 5th time that's happened here in the first half, but it's 3rd and 7 for Cole City, with the ball just outside their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, big 3rd down here, stop for QND. If they can stop the Kohlers, call a timeout, can try to get that 2-minute drill back on the field. Minute 45 and counting right now.
Out of the spread, Shatina takes the snap, fakes, has it, under pressure, still has it, rolling out, and he turns the corner, and he'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the first, actually short of midfield.
Yeah.
And, boy, they're going to say he stepped out right about the line of scrimmage, it appears. No, now the umpire moves forward. It's a gain of about 2 to the 49, but it will bring up 4th and 6 for Cole City.
Shatina even does the Raiders a favor there by stopping the clock by going out of bounds.
Yeah, you're right.
So the Raiders can keep that timeout and give themselves a little bit more options when they bring out the 2-minute unit.
So 4th and 6 from their own 49 for Cole City. Brad Littleton will punt it into the wind. He had a nice punt into the wind his first time. Chappell back to receive. Parker Kinsel back there with him. Chappell right now standing at his own 15. Littleton takes the snap. It's perfect. High, short kick. Raiders will let it bounce. It bounces forward and now gets a real nice roll inside the Raider 20 to about the 17-yard line. A minute 24 on the clock. QND has 2 timeouts left, trailing 7-6. And they will have to go 83 yards for a touchdown here in the latter stages of the first half. QND got the ball to start the game, so Cole City will get the ball to start half number 2.
Well, another nice punt by Littleton. We'll see if the Raiders feel like it handcuffs them at all. Ideally you're going to start a 2-minute drill outside of your own 25, but not the case for the Raiders this time.
Raiders come out in the spread, 2x2 the receivers, Anders sidecar right. Joe McKay takes the snap, looking left the whole way, fires, has Ginnebacher wide open, takes it to about the 25-yard line, and that will be a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2 for QND.
Keep in mind here, QND still without Barry Welper, so one of their main passing threats, especially in this 2-minute drill, still trying to get that hip loosened up along the sideline.
2nd and 2 for QND. Already at the line of scrimmage. McKay takes the snap. Throws it to the far outside. It's complete to Bailey, who immediately turns and gets out of bounds at about the 32-yard line for a pickup of 7 and a first down for QND with 56 seconds left to go in this first half.
Well, 2 nice throws right out of the gates there for QND. So I like the rhythm that they're showing here on this 2-minute drill. Hopefully they'll get back to the line of scrimmage here and see if they can wrap out a lot of different snaps here and keep that rhythm going.
Use 28 seconds to pick up a first down here from their own 33. Empty backfield for Joe McKay. Takes the snap. Fakes to Anders. Now fires the other sideline. Complete to Bailey, who skips out of bounds. And they're going to give him the 40-yard line for a gain of 7.
Nice job there by Bailey, again, knowing where he is on the field. Right inside that far sideline. A good hands catch there, too.
Well, I like the play design, Kyle, where you send Anders into the flat, and McKay pump fakes to Anders, so of course the defense is going to go wherever 26 is and then come back opposite to a wide-open Bailey. 2nd and 3 QND from their own 40 with 52 seconds left first half. Raiders still have 2 timeouts. McKay takes the snap, looking left the whole way, fires it deep, looking for Chappell, and he catches it off the carom, makes a man miss.
Oh, wow!
And scores! Jordan Chappell stayed with the play after the deflection. It's a 60-yard touchdown from Joe McKay to Jordan Chappell. Excellent coverage by the Kohlers, but Chappell uses the carom to his advantage and then broke away from a Jersey tackle and scores.
Well, sometimes you wonder when, Joe McKay or any quarterback for that matter just kind of keeps it up in the air and puts tons of air into the ball. Well, that's because you got that kind of faith in your receivers to go up and make a play. And, man, Jordan Chappell did it there. What a play. Catches it off catches it off the tip from the Kohler defender, brings it down, shakes a would-be tackler. And Jordan Chappell gets the Raiders back on the board with a real highlight reel catch.
12-7, QND leads, and the Raiders call timeout because they're going to go for 2 here.
I think they got to call a timeout to let Chappell catch his breath and let all the Raiders catch their breath, too, that ran down the field to congratulate him.
Great coverage. And Kyle, when Joe McKay let that ball go, I almost said something about, oh, that's in the air too long, but then I remembered the wind was at his back, so I thought, well, maybe. And sure enough, it didn't reach Chappell on the fly, but off the shoulder pad of the Coal City defender, Chappell was able to catch it. And then great awareness, Kyle, to know that there was a defender there coming on the backside. So when the defender tried to make the jersey tackle, Chappell immediately twisted away from him and took it to the house the remainder of the way. So the Raiders score to lead 12-7 and go for two here. On the power, ice, single receiver far side. McKay under center. They pitch it to Anders, and he's just swarmed under. That's interesting that the Raiders called timeout, Kyle, and then went with a simple pitch out of the power eye.
Yeah, it was. That one looked pretty ugly. That was Anders might have took 2 steps there.
So 12-7 QND leads after the 60-yard pass completion from McKay to Chappell. And the Raiders 0 for 2 out here on extra points. Had the first one blocked on the extra point attempt by Ben Norton. Now go for 2 and miss.
Yeah, hopefully, it's always kind of one of those goofy, decisions. Some folks say, well, you never go for 2 until the second half or until the fourth quarter or until or you always go for it if you've got, if you're at that odd number to try to get to 14. So that one, anyway, just didn't work in the Raiders' favor, and you figure this is, looking like it's going to be a fairly low-scoring game.
I would say so, yes. I would agree with that this is not going to be a track meet, which, of course, means there's going to be a touchdown every 90 seconds in the second half.
Right.
12-7 CUNY leads with 40 seconds left to go in this first half. And again, Coal City gets the ball to start half number 2. Zeke Little will kick it away. And I would imagine Coal City getting the ball to start the second half, Kyle, depending on what kind of field position they get after this kickoff, may dictate what their play calling will be. If they're pinned deep in their own territory, they'll just take a knee and go to halftime.
Especially against this wind.
Little pounds it, and it will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And Littleton that time, he got near it, Kyle, and just kind of looked and went, nah, I'm just going to let this bounce and hope for the best.
Sure. Yeah, that ball was kind of bending away from him there. Another nice kick by Little, and you're right, I'd be surprised to see if the Coolers do anything real aggressive.
Yeah, run your simple running plays, and if you can get a big play, then you'll get aggressive. But if you don't, yeah, we're playing the number 1 seed in the quadrant close. Let's just go to the half.
Yeah.
And, of course, I thought they were going to come out empty. They come out, receivers split to both sides, 2 tight ends in the game, both away from the line of scrimmage, and an inside give to Buddy. And, he's going to get about 5. He's going to get 10. He's going to get 8. So let's see where they finally put DJ Buddy down. They're going to give him a gain of 7, as a matter of fact. Buddy's got 57 yards rushing here today, Kyle. 57 on 12 carries.
Yeah, having a nice day. Again, it's Shatina's the leading rusher. Buddy came into today's ball game. I believe it was 400 yards. So a very, very capable back as well. And the Coolers won't even break the huddle.
So we go to halftime with a score of QND 12, Coal City 7. Back in 3 minutes. This is Raider football on WTAD.
That would be a real big win for that program
Yes,
to get
it would.
Rocky at Rocky in the playoffs.
Haven't won in Rock Island, Kyle, since 1973. That's a long.
That is a streak.
That's 42 years for you and me.
Well,
Actually,
for you.
40 years, yeah.
Not for me.
Zach Valley will get the ball kicked, and it's a big, high-bouncing kick that's grabbed at the 30-yard line. And leaning forward with it, I believe, was Nate Chapman. Now we have a rugby scrum in the middle of the field, and, of course, Parker Kinsel's at the bottom of it.
You know, maybe splitting hairs here a little bit. You know, part of the debate, do you want to take the win in the third quarter or the fourth quarter? You know, you do, since the Kohlers do receive the kickoff and get the win, they do get, you know, potentially one extra possession with the win. And folks, we're talking more about the win in this ball game than we have all season, I know, but it is.
Well,
you can hear it in the microphones.
Definitely the only game this year where the wind has been even a remote factor.
Right.
On the first play, they give it to Steve Purdy on the jet sweep, trying to turn the corner. He's got 5, he's got 10, and he's knocked out of bounds at the sticks over on the far side. Gives Steve Purdy a gain of about 11. First and 10 at Coal City. So the Kohlers come out with a jet sweep and pick up 11 yards.
Yeah, they had a unique tie-in in their backfield. I mean, they almost, Shatina on these handoffs almost kind of pauses for a second and really extends the ball. You know, almost sets, just giving his linemen, you know, an extra second to kind of get to their blocks. You know, he's really just kind of standing still with the ball out in front of him, waiting for the running back to take it from him.
From their own 48, first and 10, Coal City. Inside give it to Buddy, and he's clipped down right as he gets to midfield. Matt Horvath with a hit around the ankles.
And a flag.
And a flag at the end of it. Face mask on QND. About a 2-yard carry for Buddy, and then a face mask at the end. 5-yard face mask penalty. So 2 for Buddy, 5 more. That's 7 yards on the play. And it's going to be first and about 4 for Coal City.
And I don't think it was Horvath. I think it was kind of the second tackler that kind of landed on top of Buddy. Obviously being just a 5-yard penalty, it probably wasn't something where they grabbed it real hard, but got their hand on it and cost the Raiders 5.
They have second down on the ball marker over there, but I think it's still first down, even though there was a face mask penalty. But at the Raider 45, they pitch it wide to Buddy. Has Matt Long in front of him. Buddy cuts behind, and he's grabbed and thrown forward by Luke Frieden across the Raider 40 to about the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 7 for DJ Buddy and a first down for the Kohlers.
Yeah, big Matt Long kind of leading the charge. Best lineman kind of anchoring that offensive line for the Kohlers. Again, 6'5", 285. And, you know, one of the Raiders there, you know, in that situation where the running back's that close to the lead blocker, you want to get in there and kind of chop that lead blocker down and cause a pileup. Didn't really happen, and Buddy was able to turn upfield and pick up the first.
First and 10, Coal City from the Raider 38 is where they put the ball down. Send Purdy in motion, give it to him on the jet sweep. He lost it, picks it up, runs forward, and gets 2. Looked like Purdy had the handoff, and as he took 2 strides at full speed, dropped it on the ground. And Purdy's able to pick it up and get forward and actually pick up a yard.
And really none of the QND linemen really in the air to try to put any pressure on Purdy on the fumble. I mean, he was easily able to pick it up, really no one in the area. A good tackle by Luke Frieden, another big hit for Frieden, but Raiders don't take advantage of the fumble.
The spread 2-2. Shatina just has a quarterback lead. Turns the corner, gets hit a couple of times, and doesn't get much. Brady Ginnebacher sticks him high, Shuddy low for QND. And it's another short gain. It's going to bring a 3rd and long for Coal City. 3rd and at least 9. And it is, in fact, 3rd and 9 with the ball between the Raider 37 and 38-yard lines.
Yeah, QND had that one kind of snuffed out. You almost get the idea. QND came in real focused this week to stop Shatina on the called ground game. Kohlers kind of gone back doing the opposite, not calling his number many times, but that time they do so, and Raiders up to the task.
2 tight ends in the game. Peters goes in motion towards the far sideline. Shatina takes, fakes, still has it. Now throws the fade down the near sideline, incomplete over the head of Lane Coward and at least 4 yards out of bounds.
Right. Coward kind of stopped. I thought it was going to be thrown shorter. Shatina was thinking deeper, but it didn't matter much as that ball landed on the other side of the yard markers along the sideline.
Well, let's see what Coal City does here, Kyle. They're sending the punt unit on, but will they actually punt it away? It's 4th and about 8.5 from the Raider 37. So Littleton will either try and pin it inside the Raider 10, or they may try a fake here
Yeah.
inside the Raider 40. Littleton standing at the Raider 49 to take the snap. He will just punt it, and it's a nice, polite kick, but it's a spiral that will bounce and will go. Oh, boy, when that ball first hit Kyle, I thought it was going to take a direct bounce sideways out of bounds, but it crawled into the end zone, and the Raiders will take over at their own 20, 1st and 10, leading 12-7.
And pretty decent coverage for the Kohlers. The man downfield, I guess he just couldn't find it. I mean, he was down there to make the play, kind of looking over his shoulders a little bit. I thought he tracked it down. The ball even bounced a couple times, but he couldn't touch the ball down, and the Raiders really catch a break. I mean, that could have been inside their own 2.
9:39 left to go in the third quarter. Raiders going into the wind here offensively from their own 20, 1st and 10, leading 12-7, QND over Coal City. Power I, single receiver far side. Joe McKay under his center, Jimmy Case. Long count from McKay. He will take and get to one of the up men. It's Brady Ginnebacher. He's got 5, he's got 8,
right.
He's got 9 yards. Ginnebacher, who fumbled earlier in the game, protecting the ball, running hard, picks up 9.
Well, certainly the start you wanted here for QND are back in a real good spot here, field position-wise. Every big play, every play is just so important. I mean, you go just 2 plays ago, Raiders could have been really handcuffed inside their own 2. Now they're already back out to the 29, almost 30-yard line.
And Barry Welper out on the field, Kyle.
All right, good to see.
Split to the near side, tight end far side, power I, 2nd and 1 QND. McKay takes, gives to Anders. Immediately tries to bounce it outside. Stiff arm gets into the corner, and he's got the first down. Anders with a good stiff arm to the helmet of Nick Peters kind of pushed him down and allowed Anders to pick up about 5 and a first down for QND.
All right, so QND showing some rhythm there on the ground, and not much doing there inside for Anders. I think that was called to go up inside, but he cuts it off, bounces it outside, and gets the first down.
1st and 10 QND from their own 34-yard line. Again, QND leading 12-7. Anders has 44 yards on 11 carries. Power I, single receiver far side. McKay with a longer count again for QND. Looking over the Kohler defense. Turns, gives it to Parker Kinsel. He hits the line and twists and turns and got thrown backwards. See if they give him progress or not. Looks like they will give him progress of about a foot. It'll be 2nd and virtually 10 for QND, but we'll say 2nd and 9.
Coal City come out with a little bit different look. It's 6-down lineman going to 6-2 against this power I with the true safety, about 8 yards deep. So a little bit different look. We'll see if the Raiders choose to stay in this power I. They will here, at least on this play.
I was given some misinformation, Kyle, and we'll clear that up in just a second. Out of the power I, McKay fakes the Anders, still has it on the rollout. Looking downfield, looking, fires, and it's off the hands of Ginnebacher, incomplete. Ginnebacher had to stretch to try and catch that ball. It hit him in the hands, but falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and long for QND.
Go ahead.
We were told that the Illini had defeated Penn State, but they are in overtime.
Oh.
17-17, Penn State and Illinois in overtime. So we apologize for that misinformation. So 3rd and about 9.5 for QND with the ball at their own 35-yard line. And the Raiders break the power I and will go spread here. Ball in the middle of the field, 2x2 the receivers, Anders sidecar right. McKay takes the snap. Looking right the whole way, now comes back left, throws the field, has Chappell open and hits Jordan Chappell. He's at the 30, 25, race the defender for the touchdown. Bill Carter Jerzak on the play, and Joe McKay with a touchdown pass of 65 yards as Chappell broke away from Jerzak. The ball hung in the air, but Chappell ran right underneath it, takes it to the house.
Try to double move that time. Joe McKay does a pump fake to the near side. Chappell with the double move on the far side, got behind the defender, and for the most part, we had to slow down a little bit, but for the most part, caught it in stride. And Chappell with another huge play to get into the end zone. Nordy will try the extra point.
Ben Nord will kick out of the hold of Jordan Chappell. Brady Ginnebacher, the long snapper. Snap back, ball down. Kick is up, holding on QND, but they don't call it.
I agree.
Jordan Overt, outside blocking, basically grabbed it Coal City on the shoulders and threw him down.
If you're going to hold, you hold.
Get your money's worth. 7:45 left to go, 3rd quarter. QND leads at 19-7. Back in 30 seconds on WTAD. Cole City with 7:45 left to go in the third quarter. Joe McKay now with 2 touchdown passes and 232 yards passing on 21 attempts. Jordan Chappell, 143 yards receiving on 4 catches. Lynn Swan type number.
I almost made a Calvin Johnson reference before.
Well, not quite that good.
Well, I know, but I mean the way on that earlier touchdown he had, where he kind of climbed over another defensive back. The Calvin Johnson of West Central Illinois football.
So, am I to understand here that you want me to start referring to Jordan Chappell as Megatron? Is that what I'm?
That would be a misunderstanding. That would be a misunderstanding.
QND leading 19-7. Isn't it nice when you can joke around with QND up by 12 points? Because after that first quarter, I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah, you're right.
Game over. Penn State defeats Illinois 24-17 as Illinois throws an interception on their overtime possession. Here's a bouncing kick up the middle of the field. It's grabbed by one of the up men, and it happens to be DJ Buddy. Buddy cuts to the middle of the field and is horse colored by Parker Kinsel. But Cole City will take over at their own 44-45 yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, QND, electing to kind of squib it. And, I don't know if they're afraid of the Kohler's return game, but they do respect the wind anyway. So just kind of squibbing it and really giving up lots of field position when they do.
Well, 2 things there, Kyle. One, they didn't get that big hop on the second bounce that they got on the first kick, talking about QND. And second, DJ Buddy happened to be the guy on the return team who was able to get to the ball first. So here come the Kohlers. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Shatina takes the snap. Looking, under pressure, steps around the defensive end, now takes off with the ball. He's got 5, he's got 9, and then he's hit by Blake Hilgenbrink. And they're letting the play continue, are they not?
Yeah, they did.
It's a gain of about 9 for Brennan Shatina, but his forward progress was stopped for a good 2 or 3 seconds, and they just let the Raiders claw at the ball and claw at Shatina.
And Shatina got hit from both sides there. It looked like Logan Schutte was almost pushing him forward. So Shatina never actually went down. He had Raiders pushing against each other, kind of from both sides there. So Shatina stayed on his feet, and that was a welcomed whistle if you're Brennan Shatina.
9-yard pickup takes the ball into QND territory at the Raider 46, 2nd and 1 for the Kohlers. Peters comes in motion towards the line of scrimmage. Shatina pitches it to Buddy, and a flag flies. I think Peters cut up field too soon.
Yeah, and I think he got Luke Frieden, too. Luke Frieden kind of went flying as one of the Kohlers got to him.
And it's illegal procedure against Cole City. Their 3rd penalty. QND has 4 infractions.
I'll tell you what, Peters is he's every bit of 6'7". Can't teach height.
6'7", 215, Nick Peters. 2nd and 6 now, and the ball is back into Cole City territory at the 49. Spread formation. Tight ends backed off the line of scrimmage, but the receivers on the line. Here comes Chapman in motion towards the near sideline. And they give it to Buddy. And he's wrapped up by Jake Backamp. And Buddy with good, strong running. Ginnebacher had to clean up, or Buddy would have kept going for about 2 or 3 more yards. But Ginnebacher helping out Volkamp stops Buddy right at midfield and brings up 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, tough run by Buddy. Good tackle there by Volkamp. You get kind of the idea for Buddy's strength, and he's listed at 5'9", 165. He looks a lot stockier than that, and certainly showed off that he's a little bit, or not a little bit, but quite a bit stronger than 5'9", 165 typically is.
3rd and 5 for Cole City. Ball right at midfield. 3 receivers far side. Sidecar right is Buddy. Shatina calling out the signals. And takes the snap. Looking right the whole way. Now looking over the middle. Fires, and it's incomplete.
Flags, no flags, no
Some
flags.
contact between Ginnebacher and Peters, but the officials say incidental. Some Cole City fans over on the far side wanted a flag thrown, but none coming. So 4th and 5 with the ball right at midfield. What do you think Cole City will do here, Kyle?
That penalty really comes back to bite them here. They decide to, looks like they're going to send on the punt unit. I'd almost go for it. I mean, it's not like you have to go a full 9 or 10 yards. I mean, it's a little bit more makeable.
I think the Cole City sideline really thought there was pass interference on that last play. So DJ Buddy is the protector. I wouldn't be surprised if they snap it to him, Kyle, and I think that'd be a good call right here. the way the Raiders are set up. Snap goes back to the punter, Littleton, and he hits it straight up into the air. It will bounce and bounce forward. Nice, healthy bounce and a great roll. And it will roll dead at about the 9-yard line of QND. That ball only went in the air on the actual punt about 20 yards, but then rolled at 20 more.
Yeah, nice high punt. It didn't really carry like you were expecting it to with this wind. It kind of went straight up and stayed straight up. Kohler was able to down the ball this time. It didn't trickle to the end zone, so it was an easy one. But this time the Kohlers down it and put the Raiders inside their own 10. Again, big play almost to start that last drive when they weren't able to do that, and the Raiders took the ball over at the 20 as opposed to, say, their own 2-yard line.
So basically at their own 10-yard line is where the Raiders take over, 1st and 10, leading in the ballgame 19-7, 5:32 left to go in the third quarter. Raiders come out power I, single receiver, far side, ball on the near hash. Joe McKay under center. They send Parker Kinsel in motion to the Raiders towards the far sideline. Long count, turn, give it to Anders right up the middle. He hits the seam. He's got 10. He's in the middle. He's at the 50, 45, 30, 35, 30, 25, 20. Shatina trying to catch him. Touchdown run for Don Anders.
Right at the middle, Don Anders is pretty exhausted after that one. Showing up the speed. Shatina unable to catch him. Another big play for this Raiders offense. 25-7 with the point after coming.
You know, Kyle, any other game when he got the midfield, I would have said Anders takes it to the house, but Shatina worries me back there.
Yeah, he's best. I thought he had him.
And he darn near got him around the ankles, but Anders takes it 90 yards to the house, and the Raiders lead it 25-7. Bailey will try and kick the extra point. That's Ben Nord again, and the kick is up and good. 5:17 left to go in the third quarter, and the Raiders, using 3 huge plays, Kyle, lead it here 26-7. We'll keep it right here. But, Kyle, a 60-yard pass completion to Chappell for a touchdown, a 65-yard pass completion to Chappell for a touchdown, and a 90-yard touchdown run by Anders. Plus, on the fish special, Chappell was open. The ball was just a little too far out in front of him.
Yeah, Raiders making the big plays, and the opportunity presents himself. And Dalen Anders really showing up that speed. I was, during the play, hoping he would cut to his right there to get away from Shatina. Shatina was on his inside. Hoping Anders would get to the sideline along the right-hand side. But he's fast enough. He didn't even need to. Shatina couldn't catch him anyway. And what a third quarter here. We talked about the Raiders going into the win, if it'd be a factor or not. And it's been all QND here in this third quarter.
Raiders leading Coal City 26-7. And if this score holds up, Raiders will host the Blue Devils next weekend. The Peatone Blue Devils.
That's right.
But right now the Raiders enjoying things as they scored 26 unanswered.
Coach Cannell's taking his time getting his kickoff unit. They're going to get him for a. They're putting him on the play clock here. Raiders taking their time getting out to the getting the kickoff unit on the field. I think Dalen Anders probably earned himself a break from being on the kickoff unit for this one.
I think he earned it, Kyle, going 90 yards.
Too. He gets a well-deserved bottle of water.
Here's the kick, and it will go out of bounds. All right. We're here, folks. We're just trying to reassemble wires. All right. Let's see what we can do here. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Kyle? There you are.
Not real clear there.
All right.
Pretty quiet.
Keep talking.
Check, check. Coal City.
You're on the air, so you're going to have to.
I'm checking for you.
All right. Let's see here. There we go.
Now we're on
Thank you, Kevin.
You're on the air, idiot.
We apologize for the audio difficulties. Brennan Shatina hits Nate Chapman with an 8-yard pass play. It is 2nd and 2 for Coal City with the ball at their own 43-yard line. QND leading 26-7. Shatina takes a snap, looks right the whole way, hits the receiver Lane Coward, who gets driven out of bounds, and a late flag for a late hit on Logan Schutte. And that's really no fault of Schutte's, Kyle.
And he's not getting up.
The only problem with that play from a Raider point of view was how hard and how high Logan Schutte hit Lane Coward. But Coward's right on the sideline, and he turned and ran with the ball. He was out of bounds, but when you're chasing him, you don't know that.
If he was out of bounds by maybe a foot, I mean, he's still trying to get upfield. I mean, it's not like he'd given up on the play. He's still fighting to get upfield, and I didn't have much of a problem with it. But, you can't tell for sure how far out of bounds he was from this vantage point. But
Coward's first catch of the game is an 11-yard reception. Then you tack on the 15 on the penalty. He's going to take the ball inside the Raider 35 to around the 30-yard line. And I think Lane Coward has gotten up over there on the far sideline. Put the ball down at the Raider 31. It's 1st and 10, Coal City. And the Raiders, Kyle, with this 26-7 lead, have really gone to a soft defense here.
Yeah, they that time they went after Obert. They had quad receivers on the left-hand side, single coverage by Obert on the far side.
Shatina out of the empty backfield. Quick pitch finds Peters. And Peters leans forward and gets it inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line.
Similar looking play. That time again picking on that right-hand side. Power's just a big target.
Peters, you mean?
Peters.
12-yard pickup to the Raider 19, 1st and 10, Coal City. They're going empty and sending 3 or 4 receivers to one side. They have 4 receivers split to the near side, single receiver far side. Shatina takes the snap. The outside receiver, Coward, just ran a simple 5-yard out, and he's got the pass and then takes some punishment as he tries to run with the ball. Short gain on the play, maybe 6 or 7. Play actually only a gain of 4 right to the 15-yard line.
Coal City down 3 scores, trying to get back the line of scrimmage here as quick as they can. Really going no huddle here for the most part. Staying with the quad formation on the left-hand side.
For the near side, Shatina looks, he throws it. By Luke Frieden, who comes up gimpy. I was wondering, Kyle, they'd send the 4 receivers talking about Coal City to one side, and Brad Littleton was 7 yards off the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, he was far back there.
So you got to figure at some point in that formation, he's going to see the ball, and Luke Frieden was along the same thought lines and went, I'm heading out there, and he almost had a pick six.
He likes to take his chances. He gets real aggressive. We mentioned before trying to blitz. I think it was Matt Long caught him off guard, but that time he almost gave with an interception.
On 3rd and 6, Shatina wanted to go right. Now fires it into the end zone. Incomplete. Some contact again, and no penalty thrown. Ginnebacher in coverage of Steve Purdy. And it's 4th now, 4th and 5 for Coal City. 4th and 6, actually, from the 15-yard line.
Well, Frieden kind of slowing down this drive with that knee interception. This time Ginnebacher on the coverage, and easy decision this time for the Coolers, down 19 points. They will go for it.
4th and about 6 from the Raider 15 for Coal City. Raiders lead at 26-7. Empty backfield. Shatina takes the snap. Looking right the whole way. Has it to Coward, and he's wrapped up at the pins on the snap. And while they're spotting it, he's short of the first down, and the Raiders will hold on downs.
Zach Villa on the coverage. They ran the pattern just short of the sticks, short of the first down marker. Villa able to wrap his arms around the receiver, toss him down for no yards after the catch. And the Raiders take over, first down.
And put the ball at the 11-yard line. So Coal City needed 6. The pass reception got them 5. And it will be 1st and 10 QND from their 11-yard line. Last possession after the punt, QND took over at their own 10, and Dalen Anders went 90 yards the other way. QND takes over. 3:54 left to go third quarter, leading 26-7. Kinsel goes in motion out of the power I towards the far side. Pitch it wide to Anders. And he's hit him, well, not immediately, but look at him drive the pile forward for a gain of about 4.
You mentioned again Anders' long touchdown run. I mean, it's one of those situations, it makes all the sense in the world sometimes to try to stack the box, so to speak, for a defense and try to slow down a run game. Well, kind of the downside is you do become more susceptible to a long run because you got no safety, or the safety coming from the other side of the field, or coming from a longer distance, and Anders made him pay on that long touchdown run.
Kind of like a 4th and inches play. If you can pop it, there's nobody back there
to
clean up. Out of power I, they run a counter and give it to Anders. Trying to break it to the outside, cuts inside. Short gain for Dalen Anders. Takes it out to about the 16, 17-yard line. Will bring up 3rd and about a handful for QND. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for QND from their own 17-yard line, leading 26-7.
Yeah, QND would really like to get this first down just to keep the clock moving. And really, you wouldn't want to have to, if you do get stopped here, you wouldn't want to have to punt into this wind, from inside your own 20.
3rd and 5 for QND from their own 17-yard line. Tight end near side, single receiver. Actually, it's a double tight formation with the power I. Raiders fake twice. McKay has it. Now fires up his back foot incomplete, looking for Shitty. Cole City, I don't know if they blitzed or they just decided, well, we're just going to rush everybody in the backfield, whether it's a run play or a pass play, and they really put McKay under pressure immediately, and he got rid of it. And it's an incomplete pass, and the Raiders will punt it away.
Well, it looked like they tried play action along the left-hand side there, left the defensive end Peters unblocked, hoping he would go chase Anders, the running back. McKay rolls to his right. Peters wasn't fooled at all. And as soon as McKay turned around, big 6'7" Nick Peters was right in his face.
Zeke Little will try and kick the ball away, and it's an end over end kick. It's a pretty high kick, and then it hits the wind, but a great bounce. Takes it inside Cole City territory, and we'll be down at the 45-yard line. So a 37-yard kick into the wind. The Raiders will take that all the time.
Sure.
And Cole City ball at their own 45, 26-7. The Raiders lead Cole City with 2:18 left to go in the third quarter. And I'm trying to catch up on stats because Cole City going empty, trailing by 19. A lot of passes there, and I got a lot of math to do.
Going no huddle there. They make it real easy on you.
86 yards passing now for Brennan Shatina and Cole City. So 1st and 10 Kohlers from their own 45, trailing 26-7. Shatina fakes to Buddy, has it, pump fake, now fires it deep, and over. Oh, catch by Kyle over his other shoulder. He beat Villa on the play. Pretty good coverage by Villa, but just a great athletic play by Lane Coward to haul in that pass by Shatina.
Yeah, doing a real good job. He first was looking over his inside shoulder, kind of got rearranged, caught it over his outside shoulder, so real good awareness and adjustment by Coward. Probably the best looking pass play for the Kohlers today.
33-yard pass play for Cole City. Sets up the Kohlers 1st and 10 at the Raider 22. Shatina has Buddy sidecar right. And now they put the ball in play. Double tight end formation. And Shatina just has the quarterback sweep, and he'll lean forward and get about 2.
So Valkamp, first one to get him. Come up from the pile here.
It's amazing, Kyle, that Cole City has gotten down by 19 points at 26-7, and now suddenly Lane Coward is getting open, their best receiver.
Sure. You saw, that was just a terrific catch. There was really no defending that one. That was so far to the outside.
Actually, a gain of 1 for Shatina on that last play. Makes it 2nd and 9 from the 21. Shatina takes the snap. A couple of steps to the right now. Throws. Hits Kaiser out in the flat. Breaks the tackle by Hilgenbrink and is pushed out of bounds inside the Raider 10. And Kaiser will take it down to where? Down to about the 5, I believe.
Yeah, you mentioned Coward.
7, actually.
21 catches on the year, 4 touchdowns. Kohlers turn around and throw it to Kaiser, who's mainly a defensive player. It made his 2nd catch of the year. He's kind of the anchor for the Kohlers defense.
1st and goal, Cole City from the Raiders 7-yard line. Low snap. Shatina picks it up, takes it to the outside, now cuts to the middle, and gets it to about the 3 or 4 yard line. Oh, he got deeper than that. Well, he gets to about the 3. So a gain of about 4 for Shatina. Will bring up 2nd and goal for Cole City with 1:10 left to go in the third quarter, and QND leading 26-7.
I'm a little bit surprised to see him go no huddle here, this close to goal. They're not really doing anything that they haven't done a million times before. You're almost in a better position to get back to line of scrimmage as quick as you can since you're not trying much different plays.
He did huddle that time. Shatina takes the snap and immediately runs forward and runs right into the pile. And only gained about a yard. Easy for us to say up here, Kyle, but Brendan Shatina takes that snap. If he looks to his right, he had a wide open gap to take it to the end zone, but the play was designed to go left, so he just lowered his head and went left.
Yeah, I agree that he does he gets his shoulders real low real quick. It's almost like he's just trying to
burrow in there
and then maybe sneak it, a 6-7 yard run. It's kind of his running style.
Third and goal for Coal City from the Raider 3. They bring Peters in motion towards the near sideline. They pitch it wide to Buddy. He cuts it inside and takes it to the end zone.
Oof.
Didn't get in by much. Yeah. Crossed the plane for a 3-yard touchdown run.
You know, they really, on that pitch play, they almost leave that back half of the defensive front unblocked. I mean, they just they try to get to that next level real quick. Raiders almost catching him from behind, but again, some good speed from Buddy. He gets outside real fast and able to get across the goal line for that one.
So about a 3-yard touchdown run for DJ Buddy with 9 seconds left in the third quarter, and Lane Coward will attempt the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick is up, and it looks good, and it is. 26-14, QND leads. 9 seconds away from the end of the third quarter. We'll keep it right here, and we'll take a minute break at the end of the quarter. So 26-14, QND leads, and Kyle, once QND got up by the 26-7 score, really seemed like the Raiders went, okay, let's make them work for a touchdown, give them a lot of cushion on the outside at the wide receivers, and Coal City just methodically pitched it out to wide open receivers and marched the ball down the field.
Yeah, 2 pretty good drives there in a row. I mean, one especially through the air. That previous possession there, a lot through the air, picked up some first downs along the way before Bailey made the 4th down stop. You know, did set the Raiders up, punting against the wind. The Kohlers got a short field on that most recent possession, took over at their own 45-yard line and marched in to kind of get back in this game. And remember, 26-14, the Raiders struggled there with those 2 first extra points, missing a kick and then failing on a run play. So, you know, certainly not out of football left to be played here.
I heard the score in the Quad Cities, but I didn't hear who was winning. Blue Devils up. I heard 17-0. I heard 17-7. I think it's 17-0 is what we're told down here. We'll check on that between quarters. So here's the kick by Lane Coward, and it's a booming kick that will be taken by Parker Kinsel into the end zone, so it's an automatic touchback.
It's 17-0 Blue Devils, 2 minutes to go before half.
How about that?
I mean,
that's the game the Blue Devils wanted.
Yeah,
I was told that. I was told that before they even played Richwoods. Sean Sechrist said, I said, what do you think for the playoffs? And he said, well, the coaches really want to play Rock Island. They really want to taste of them. And, you know, I guess for the Blue Devils right now, they're smiling about things, up 17-0 on the road in a playoff game.
Yeah, and it's a game that it might not have looked like it was going to happen going in Week 9. Rocky was 8-0. I believe they lost last week to Peoria Notre Dame.
In overtime, 34-33. First and 10, QND at their own 20 after the kick crawled over the end zone, or the goal line, I should say. Kinsel goes in motion out of the power I. Raiders turn, give it to Anders right up the middle of the field. He'll lean forward and get about 3, and that'll do it for the third quarter. QND leads after 36 minutes, 26-14 over Coal City. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on WTAD. It's Coal City after 3 quarters. Tim and Kyle with you on this Saturday afternoon. Kevin Payne, our producer. And the Raiders will have a 2nd and 7 when we get the fourth quarter underway. Raiders will have the wind at their back. And the way the flag is blowing, Kyle, it's more out of the west than the northwest. So actually, well, now that it kicks up, it's out of the northwest, which means it's more at their back. Instead of a crosswind, it's more of a...
One of the Kohler fans brings down a flag has it tied to the back of the SUV. I mean, the flag is almost blowing over. It's
for our 2nd and 7 for QND out of the power I. Ginnebacher comes in motion towards the near sideline. Raiders fake the pitch wide. McKay throws over the middle, has Ginnebacher open. He has it. Slips a tackle and is pushed forward to the Coal City 46-yard line.
Wow, nice strength there from Brady Ginnebacher. Again, on the pop pass, QND fakes a sweep, trying to open up the middle of the field. Ginnebacher, again, catches the ball in coverage. A couple Kohlers hanging on him. Can't bring him down, and he picks up a couple yards after the catch as well. So, nice catch there from the senior captain, and doing a heck of a job defensively today, and again with a nice catch there to give QND a first down.
Ginnebacher goes in motion out of that power I, Kyle, and then runs kind of a seam route, does he not?
Yeah, they do. Typically when Raiders run that out of the I formation, just with two backs, they only have one option with the tight end. Out of that power I, sometimes they'll send Ginnebacher in motion, and so McKay has either Schutte or Ginnebacher running down the seam.
Out of the I formation, Raiders give it to Ginnebacher right up the gut. He's got about 6 yards. Inside midfield, marking Brady Ginnebacher down at about the 49. That's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for QND. Ginnebacher's 4th carry of the game. And the Raiders already, Kyle, working the play clock.
Yeah.
Taking their time, getting out of the huddle if they had that opportunity. Joe McKay looking at the play clock when he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Now they're making McKay even jog in from the sideline on this one, and Raiders will break the huddle with about 10 seconds left now on the play clock.
Schutte tight end near side, I formation, receiver split to both sides. Raiders turn, McKay fakes, and what do we have? They blow the play dead, so it's obviously an offensive penalty.
Yeah, and the Raiders were going for a home run play there. They faked a run to the inside. I believe it was 22 ISO pass, so they fake a give to Anders going inside, and then they try to go over the top to one of the receivers. They had Chappell and Valey as the wideouts on opposite sides there.
Takes the ball, does the 5-yard penalty to the Raider 46, so it's 2nd and 9 for QND. 10:48 left to go in the ball game. QND leading 26-14. 6 penalty to game on QND for 40 yards. Now they start the clock. Raiders come out in an I formation with 2 receivers split to the near side. Chappell in the slot. They pitch it wide to Anders. Looking for a block, he gets it. Now cuts it back to the inside, breaks a tackle, takes it to the sideline. Now head and shoulder for overrun. How do you do?
Daniel Anders. He said, I could just step out of bounds, but I think I'll go ahead and run you over and pick up a few more yards. So Dalen Anders on the toss left, getting ready to rumble. What a nice play by Dalen Anders. We just got done talking about Ginnebacher, but you saw him there from his fullback position. I think he blocked 3 different players. No exaggeration on that play. Picked up one of the defensive frontmen with kind of a shoulder, kind of helping out one of the linemen. Got upfield and got his paws on a linebacker. I think a couple of linebackers as well. So Ginnebacher paving the way for him from a fullback spot.
They put the ball down at the Coal City 30, 1st and 10 Raiders. Turn, give it to Anders, and he's wrapped up and thrown down after a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. I think that hit by Anders running over that gentleman in the secondary prompted more of a response on the sideline almost than the 90-yard touchdown run.
I think he might have. That's an okay thing. Coach Cannell would like it that way.
2-yard gain for Anders. He now has 165 yards on 16 carries. Joe McKay, by the way, with 255 yards passing here today. I formation, receiver split to both sides. From the near hash, 2nd and 8 QND. McKay fakes to Anders, still has it. Looking, now turns to his right, has Valey down there. Knocked away incomplete. Down there in coverage was Littleton, and Valey, Kyle, he waited on that pass. I think if he goes and gets it, he has a better chance of making the catch. By waiting on it, it gave Littleton a chance to recover.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Valey knew Littleton was still in a position there to make the play. It's almost like he thought he stumbled and wasn't going to be able to knock it down.
He did stumble, so you can see why Valey had that thought.
Yeah.
But
I tell you what, Littleton is going to be kind of the next anchor of this Kohlers defense. Just doing a nice job. Just a sophomore. 6'1", 180 pounds. 4 interceptions this year.
He is going to be a good player.
Yeah.
Out of the spread on 3rd and 9. McKay pumps one way, now fires the other, and it's going to be picked off, I think, by Shatina. No, it floats out of bounds. As McKay was under pressure and got hit just as he released the pass. And I thought it was just going to float to Shatina, but it floated past he and Chappell comes up gimpy as he makes his way to the sideline. It's 4th and about 7 for QND, 4th and 8 actually, from the Coal City 27-yard line. And the Raiders trying to decide what to do here, and they're going to go for it here on 4th and 7.
That time, it looked like they again maybe try to double move. Chappell started to go inside, kind of cut back outside. You know, again, maybe not, it doesn't always look like a great pass, you know, but again, McKay kind of taking a chance and letting his receivers give him a chance to make a play.
On 4th and 7, McKay takes the snap, looking for Anderson to flag. Pump fakes, now turns, and under pressure will be sacked by Sal Velasco. I don't know what play they had success with that earlier, Kyle, but they pumped to Anders, hoping the defense reacts, and then McKay goes downfield, and when he did the pump fake, Velasco was so close that he just grabbed McKay and threw him to the ground for a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if it was a pump fake. I'm not sure if McKay thought he had somebody and then decided to pull it down because he thought the coverage was there. So I'm not, either way, you know, you certainly want to get rid of the ball on the 4th down. You know, certainly no use in taking a sack there.
Here's a lateral out here to Littleton, who has the corner turn. If he wants it, he does. He's at midfield, stops, gets hit upside the head, and now is shoved out of bounds. And the Kohlers are already inside Raider territory with 8:55 left to go in the game. QND leading 26-14, and Coal City on one play gets 15 yards on a little simple pitch to Littleton.
Yeah, and they're already back here at the line of scrimmage, so, you know, lots of football left to be here played in this game, under 9 minutes, but, you know, QND didn't work a ton of clock on that last possession, and Kohlers here back in business. Raiders defense could use another turnover.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers far side, 2 near side. Ball in the near hash. Shatina takes, wants to run a play up the middle, bounces off one tackle, now gets it to the outside, slips another tackle, and Chappell comes flying up and shoves him out of bounds after a gain of about 2. But again, Kyle, 2 hits on Shatina either behind or near the line of scrimmage, and he's able to bounce off and pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, Tyler Marcus, I think, was the first one to get to him, and you know, Shatina's just shifty enough to kind of knock those would-be tacklers away and turn a real bad play into something, you know, halfway decent. Stops the clock. He's able to get out of bounds is another big part of that play.
Pick up a 2, 2nd and 8 for Coal City from the Raider 43-yard line. Shatina in an empty backfield takes the snap, looking left the whole way, fires deep down the sideline, and it's knocked up in the air, and it's QND. Yes. Out of bounds. Out of bounds over on the far sideline.
Chappell and Vale on the coverage. Going on for the ball. Ball gets tipped away up in the air. Vale catches it and then comes down and kind of lands on his back. The officials say never had it in bounds, and QND got the turnover they were hoping for, just not within the boundaries apparently.
And already back at the line of scrimmage, Coal City on 3rd and 8 from the Raider 43. And this is 4-down territory the rest of the way for Coal City, no matter where they are in the field. 4 receivers near side, single receiver far side. Shatina takes the snap. They just pitch it out here to Littleton. Littleton with some lead blocks in front of him. Takes it to the sideline. He's got to run the run. 30, 25, 20. And just casually goes out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. No, actually the 16. And that's a cheap, easy gain of 27, Kyle.
Yeah, that time, the Raiders really just massively outflanked against that 4-receiver set. I mean, obviously folks can't see us, but I'm sitting here waving at our, trying to get the linebackers over this way. Obviously, no one's checking with me, but begging for QND to get outside here and not get out leveraged so much. But that was an easy pickup.
1st and 10, Coal City at the Raiders 16. QND leads 26-14. 8.5 minutes to go in the contest. Sidecar right, Buddy. Shatina takes a snap. They run a counter with Buddy, and will get to the line of scrimmage no further, and a flag flies in the middle of the field, right at the play. Haley made the tackle for QND. Volkamp in the area as well. What's the flag?
Be kind of an odd spot for holding.
And everyone waits.
Waits.
As the conversation is, and it's holding on Coal City. So the Raiders, even though there was a yard loss on the play or no gain on the play, you'd think they'd want to move Coal City back and really make them run as many plays, Kyle, and take as much time out the clock as they can. I wouldn't mess around if I'm QND too much and let Coal City escape with a victory here, even though QND leads right now by 12, 26-14. don't get too soft on defense, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, I mean, not at all. This is it's no time to go into kind of prevent mode, whether
Right.
your play calling or your mindset.
So after a long conversation, once again, they will mark off the penalty. Take it back to the Raider 28. So it will be first and about 21. Well, they say 23 on the PA. Empty backfield. 3 by 2 the receivers, 3 to the far side. Shatina takes a snap. That simple pitch right off to Littleton. He's got 5, bounces off a tackle. No, Ginnebacher hit him low and grabbed his jersey as well and was able to hold on to Littleton, and Littleton only picked up about 6.
Well, I mean, they keep going to this bubble screens. The way the Raiders are defending it, they're shooting inside, which is really what the Kohler blockers want you to do. I mean, it's easy for them to just keep pushing you inside and let the runner get outside.
Second and about 16 for Coal City from the Raider 23-yard line. Shatina looking left the whole way, now under pressure. Bounces it to the outside. Now lets it go downfield, and it's caught by a 6'7" tight end Peters at about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that was a tough assignment for Parko Kensel.
Getting up a foot.
Yeah, no, and Peters might, kind of had his arms on him. Like they were posting up in a basketball game, kind of posting up on Parker Kensel, and an easy catch for Peters. Once Shatina recognized the mismatch.
Gain of about 8 brings up third and about 7 for Coal City. Raiders bring in a defensive replacement. They bring in Case along the defensive line and take Parker Kinsel out of the game. Third and 7 from the Raider 12-yard line. Shatina has Jerzak. Now they run a slant, and it's
nice coverage.
Away, incomplete. Zach Bailey on the coverage, trying to hit Lane Coward on either a slant or a skinny post. Coward in position, but Bailey with the chop got the ball out of his hands, and it falls incomplete.
Nice coverage there. Coal City goes to a formation that puts Bailey kind of on an island on that far side. They run an inside slant. Had Bailey right on the receiver's hip. Knocked it down with that inside arm. Put the Kohlers here in a 4th down situation.
4th and about 7 inside the Raider 15 at about the 13. Sidecar right is Jerzak. Shatina takes the snap. Looks over the middle. Floats it downfield, and it's knocked down by Jerzak. Positioned on the receiver. I'm not sure if it was Peters or who. It was Peters, and Jordan Overt took on the 6'7" Peters and won the battle, and the Raiders take over on downs.
And a lot of our defenders really congratulating Overt. He's done a nice job filling in his best game of the year on defense. Filling in tonight for Barry Welper, filling in this afternoon for Barry Welper, who's watching from the sideline, bothered by a hip. So Jordan Overt just doing a nice job defensively, that time with a big knockdown on 4th down. Again, giving up 6 inches plus to the big Nick Peters, and Obert ends the Kohlers' drive.
So 1st and 10 QND. They hold on downs and take over at their own 12-yard line, we'll call it. Power I for the Raiders, single receiver far side. Raiders turn, give it to Anders, and it's a rugby scrum. And Anders gets pushed all the way to the 20 for a gain of 7.
Yeah.
7:15 left to go in the contest. QND leading 26-14, and the Raiders need to hold on to this ball and just string together first downs, Kyle.
Well, I was almost going to say something opposite here. With Anders making a short yardage situation, you almost wonder here with the wind if, toss it deep to Chappell, see if he can come up with a big catch, and figure if he doesn't get it, hopefully he can pick up a 3rd and short.
Looks like the Raiders are going to just ground and pound like I was describing. Power I, single receiver near side. 2nd and 3 QND from the 20-yard line, their own 20. Long count, give it to Ginnebacher right up the gut. He's got 5, gets stuck but bounces forward for a gain of about 6. 1st and 10 QND.
Good decision. Good decision.
6:37 left to go in the game. QND leading 26-14. And boy, Kyle, Coal City has had some good offensive drives their last 3 possessions, but the Raiders have bent twice and not broken and taken over on downs, and Coal City scored the other possession.
Yeah, and you can really see, the Kohlers here, especially in the second half, really getting more schematic, so to speak, and really trying to put the Raiders in different positions, really trying to get matchups that they want.
Right.
And credit Bailey and Obert, with those third and fourth down knockdowns.
On first down, give it to Anders. He pops through a hole, gets spun forward, breaks a tackle, and gets to the 41. And Coal City Kyle is just selling out at the line of scrimmage, and if Anders can pop it past the line of scrimmage, he's really putting the Kohlers at a disadvantage, picking up 13 there to the 41, first and 10 QND.
Another nice run there by Anders. He gets up a little bit hobbled, kind of slowly making his way back to the huddle, and he's going to stay in the ball game, but certainly keep an eye on that here in the last 6 minutes.
I have Anders with 185 yards on 18 carries.
Came into the ball game, I believe it was some 8 yards per carry average, so very impressive yards per carry from Dalen Anders.
5:50 left to go in the game. First and 10 QND from their own 41. Power I, single receiver near side. Turn, give it to Brady Ginnebacher, who hits the hose at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Tries to sidestep Shatina, wraps up the ball and takes it, and in a right half.
Yeah.
But they're going to say the defender had his teammate, not Ginnebacher. Ginnebacher takes it from the 41 at QND down to the 22. That's a pickup of 37 for Brady Ginnebacher.
Just on a simple fullback dive, quick hitter up the middle. And, you talk about selling out on the run. Again, giving up big yards there after he breaks through kind of the first wave of defenders. Ginnebacher not quite the speed that Anders has, certainly, and so the Kohler is able to chase him down. But 37 yards on a fullback dive is something you don't see often. But nice job there with the awareness from Ginnebacher to pick up another big first down.
I want to expound on that in just a second. First and 10 QND from about the 27. The 23 of Coal City. Anders takes the handoff and is hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. I thought Ginnebacher showed great awareness too, Kyle, where he got downfield, saw the secondary converging on him, and rather than trying to outrun them, man's got to know his limitations. He knew that wasn't going to happen, so he just made sure, okay, I'm going to make a move, protect the ball, and just live to fight another day, if you will.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good point. Did take care of the ball. Shatina, I think, was the first one to catch up to him. Caught up to him, then Ginnebacher shifted to his left and picked up a couple extra yards that way. So
if Ginnebacher tries to score and outrun, he has the ball in one hand, and they try and chop it out of his hands. Second and 10 QND from the Coal City 23. Give it to Ginnebacher. He stumbles, tripping over one of his blockers. Got about 3, maybe 4, and it's going to bring up third and about 6 for QND. Takes it inside the 20. Did Ginnebacher. They're going to say a gain of 5, so good job by Ginnebacher to maintain his balance long enough to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah. QND, Joe McKay doing a real nice job keeping his eye on the play clock. That time he didn't snap the ball till some 3 seconds left or so on the play clock. So they will take the time, keep the clock running. Now at 4 minutes, time is on their side.
26-14 QND leads, under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. McKay looking right at the play clock.
Which isn't moving.
Power I. And they turn, give it to Anders. He has a blocker in front. Takes it up the highest block and gets knocked off his feet at about the 2-yard line. Oh, they're going to mark him at the 1. Gain of 17. Brady Miller out in front, Kyle, and that was well blocked. Good play call, good execution, and a darn near a touchdown.
Yeah, and kind of went airborne. He tried jumping over a Kohler's defender who tripped him up around the shins and kind of corkscrewed through the air.
Nice term.
Well, it was a nice corkscrew dive or jump or effort.
First and goal QND at the Coal City 1, trying to put this game away. 3.5 minutes to go, 26-14 QND leads. Power I, single receiver far side. Turn, give it to Ginnebacher. Bounces up the hit and scores. Brady Ginnebacher with the 1-yard run. So the Raiders, Kyle, take over on downs at their own 13 and go 87 yards. And turn this into a first-round victory, it looks like.
Well, what a change of scenery here. I mean, Kohler's on the march. Zach Bailey knocks down a third down effort to force a fourth down. Obert knocks down a fourth down, and then QND on the ground. What a drive.
We had the extra point attempt by Cooper Reese, but flags fly. And for them to stop the play like that, you got to figure, oh, it's offsides on Coal City. I wasn't looking, Kyle. I was writing down the touchdown. I heard the whistles and looked up. But for them to blow it dead when it's offsides, he must have been unimpeded towards the kicker. Whoever that person was, it was offsides.
And they're taking their time explaining the choices here to Ginnenbacher. I don't know if that the Raiders have an option for this to go on the kickoff.
Well, I think basically what it was is, okay, here's the deal. It's a penalty. We're going to put the ball here. Now, if we put the ball here, does that mean you want to go for two?
No.
And when there's no players moving, wearing blue and gold, I think you have your answer. And, wow, Jordan Chappell's putting the block down in the muddiest portion of the field in that end. Cooper Reese will attempt the extra point. Snap is a little low. The kick is up, and it looks good. And it is good.
Right.
3:18 left to go in the ball game. QND leading Coal City 33-14. Back in 30 seconds on WTAD. With 3:18 left to go in the contest, and Kyle, there was a couple of times here where QND really had some gut checks, and they responded in fine form.
Oh, they really have. I mean, Kohlers were, you mentioned, had some of their best offensive possessions here in the second half. QND able to stop them deep in their own territory twice. Probably the smoothest looking drive they had there right before Bailey and Over came up with the big knockdowns on the pass attempts, and man, QND ground game really answering after that last defensive stop.
But big plays have been the order of the day for QND.
Sure.
60-yard pass play to Chappell with under a minute to play in the first half. Gave QND a halftime lead. 65-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Chappell. And a 90-yard run by Dalen Anders. And Anders is over 200 yards now, Kyle. 202 rushing on the game on 20 carries. So QND and Piatone look like they will get together next Saturday. Here's the kick by Zeke Little. And it's a helicopter kick that will bounce and stay on the field of play. Picked up at the 5-yard line by Littleton. Started towards the middle, now cuts at the hash. Gets bounced around and tackled by a host of Raiders at about the 17-yard line. QND's extravaganza is next Friday night, so there's no chance of a Friday game. And with Piatone making such a long trip, I don't think they'd want to play on Friday regardless. So
probably look something similar to today's start time.
I would say 1 or 2 o'clock, yeah.
And again, Piatone, part of the same conference, Coal City. Piatone beat Coal City earlier this year, 33-26. It's a game Coal City led at the half, 13-7. And also a game Shatina had one of his finer games through the air, 219 passing yards.
Raiders with pressure on Shatina. He gets away and throws, and is a wide open receiver. That's Coward, I believe, who makes the catch. His knee went down. Oh, they're going to give him that whole gain. His knee went down, and he launched himself forward, and they're going to let him get away with that. Yeah, Chapman made the catch, I'm sorry, and he picked up a first down and a gain of about 12 on the play.
And a nice job again by Obert on the tackle in some open field.
Hurry up offense from Coal City. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. QND leading 33-14. Empty backfield. Shatina takes the snap, fires it downfield. Boomer waits for it, misses the interception. It goes through his hands. He got undercut by his teammate Chappell. Coward was the intended receiver.
That time it looked like Coward and Shatina were a little bit mixed up. Coward kind of started inside, then cut it back outside. Shatina almost threw it more towards the inside, like he was going to throw like Coward was going to run a post pattern more. And really, Bailey was in a much better position to come down with that than Coward was.
Here's how much things have changed, Kyle, since 2004. Joe McKay has attempted 25 passes. Shatina's attempted 22. I think there was like 13 total passes back in 2004. On 2nd and 10, Shatina takes the snap, gives it to Buddy. Austin Tappy and Blake Hilgenbrink are waiting for Buddy and tackle him right at the 30-yard line. For a gain of about 1, there'll be 3rd and 9 for Coal City. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. QND leading 33-14.
And Ginnenbacher at safety here. He's about 20 yards deep when the ball snapped.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers near side. On 3rd and 9, Shatina takes the snap. Fires it, caught by Chapman. Chapman makes a move on over, takes it to the middle of the field, tackled right at the 40 But that's enough for a first down, the Cole City 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 keeps the drive alive for Cole City, 1st and 10.
Well, again, no huddle here for Cole City. They're going back to this 4 receiver set more often than not. 4 receivers to one side, that is, and then trying to get single coverage on the other side.
2:05 left to go in the game. Diamond formation here to the near side with the receivers, and it's that little pitch play out to Littleton. Wobbly pass, but he catches it, and then his ankle tackle by Austin Tappy. No gain on the play, I don't think. If there was a gain, it was about a foot.
Had a situation where Shatina wasn't throwing it very far. He wasn't comfortable throwing it at the normal velocity there, and he didn't know exactly how to throw it. He kind of just almost underhand tossed it, try to aim it out there.
Shot put it.
Yeah.
Here's Shatina looking, fires, hits Chapman. Chapman hit by Logan Schutte. Gain of about 7, takes it to the Raider 48. So actually more of a gain of 8. The referee points first down, but it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah. That time, Shatina doing a nice job is Luke Frieden, the outside linebacker, just goes and sells out on that on the receiver that just tries to catch the short bubble pass. Kind of left a spot open there in the middle of the field, and Shatina's found it.
Here's the snap to Shatina on 3rd and 2. He just stands up, firing. Pass deflected by Tappy, and Hilgebrink had to hit the brakes and try and make the interception, but he couldn't. Brings up 4th and 2 for Cole City from their own 48 with 63 seconds left in the game, and QND leading 33-14.
Let's see if QND's defensive lineman can end this game with a big exclamation point. They've done a nice job pressuring Shatina. Shatina's been able to get away more often than not, but for the most part, when they've tried to drop back, as opposed to just throwing the real quick passes, when they've tried to drop back and do something downfield, the QND defensive front has doing a nice job not letting them get comfortable.
Empty backfield on 4th and 2 from their own 48 for Cole City. 3 receivers far side, 2 receivers near side. Shatina takes the snap, looking under pressure, and he's hit but not brought down. Scrambles to the near sideline, now he fires and hits his receiver who drops it on the hit by Chappell. Purdy caught the ball, turned to get out of bounds, and Chappell hit him right between the numbers with a shoulder, and Purdy dropped the ball.
Nice play there by Chappell. It's probably a ball Purdy could have caught, but Chappell knocked it out. Raiders offense will come back out and take a knee, and the Raiders will be looking forward to the second round.
Kyle, the Raiders made an adjustment on the defensive line. Austin Tappy came in at end, and Horvath moved down to D tackle. I'm not sure if Tyler Marcus was injured during this game or if the Raiders just decided, okay, they're going to sell out and throw the ball. We need our best 4 pass rushers out there.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe trying to get some fresh legs. I mean, one of the more tiring things for a defensive lineman is always trying to chase a quarterback around. I can, and certainly Cole City is a real physical offensive front. So they might have a situation just trying to get some fresh legs. We'll see if we can spot Marcus here. He looks okay. He's not working with a trainer or anything. Just did spot him along on the Raiders sideline here. And we'll take a knee and watch Joe McKay do the same.
Raiders go to victory formation with 52 seconds left to go. QND leading 33-14. Okay. Takes the snap and takes a knee right near midfield. So the Raiders will get a first-round victory over Cole City and take on the Piatone Blue Devils next Saturday. And that should be a highly entertaining and interesting ball game next weekend.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, it's Piatone will be one of 2 teams from that conference to advance the second round. Plano being the other. And, Cole City and Piatone know each other real well. Not so much for Quincy Notre Dame and Piatone.
McKay takes another knee, and the Raiders raise their arms in victory. QND defeats Cole City by the final of 33-14. Raiders score late in the first half to get momentum, and then big plays in the second half carry the Raiders to the victory. QND defeats Cole City 33-14. Back in a couple minutes. This is Raider football on WTAD.